Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Last time in our wonderful world, we started by, I believe, talking to the crew and basically getting our shit together after finally taking over. We had a bit of a talk where people were like, "Oh, now we don't have to do double shifts, right? Right?" But they do. Artemis convinced them that it is a necessity, and now they're working for themselves, and it'll be very different. And there was a bit of grumbling, obviously, but it was fine. During one of the nights, traveling north towards Rickety Squibs, Grask was on the deck with some of our crewmates, keeping a watch out, and had a good friend suggest to him that the other two, they can take a break. They can call it a day. They can get some sleep. The two of them got this. Except that other friend was, in fact, a young Naga trying to eat presumably everyone, or at least crash the ship and then eat everyone. One of those two. But we discovered it before it could do damage. We had a fight. It wasn't entirely easy, and it dropped some ominous words about underlining that whole weird thing with sea creatures going on that apparently the Naga was also involved in. But that's just life. Sometimes bad things happen, and you can do nothing about them. Entirely irrelevant to previous conversations. Um, we eventually arrived at Rickety Squibs, where we kept an eye out for any flags telling us to go away, but there weren't any. So we approached. We were approached by one of their boats, including the man himself, um, who talked to us, inspected the ship. He was very happy that we were open about the condition of the ship because it was infested by like wood-eating something or another, presumably worms, and they would spread to all his stuff, and that would have been terrible. The ship cannot be repaired. We assumed as much already, but some of the parts at least can be salvaged. And yeah, we basically agreed to let him do that, while our crew and us, I suppose, gets to hang out in the little. I guess village would be an overstatement. At his station here, until we figure out where to go next. He can't just give us or sell us a ship. He doesn't have one, as far as he told us, and he can't just magically build one either. But we'll figure something out. He also requested that we do him a favor, checking out the observation post at like the south edge of the island, I believe, because he hasn't heard from that for a while, and that's unusual. But before we went to do that, we had a bit of a party. We needed an official vote to figure out the next captain, and also to underline to the crew that we're not disbanding. We're just a crew without a ship currently. So we had a vote, which wasn't entirely unanimous because I believe Jack voted for himself. But Artemis was confirmed as our new captain officially this time. We had a party, we had fun, presumably good food and all that, and then had a bit of a rest. The next day, then, I believe, we are deciding to head out, do that favor for our man Rickety Hake here, and yeah, see what comes from that. Hopefully, be in his eternal gratitude so that he gifts us a ship. Also, he offered that, if we do end up with a ship and we need some upgrades done, he would be willing to do those on a loan because he believes in our ability to be great pirates, which is very positive to hear. He seems like a good guy. And a very useful guy, too. But yeah, I believe we are on our way to check out the observation post or whatever it was.
Yes, and it is a long hike to get there. It It's gonna take about half a day to sort of, if I go there, like 4 hours ish. Which is not half a day, but it feels like it when you have to walk that far, especially up an incline. And then checking it out, seeing what's up, if he needs anything up there, if he's doing good. Normally he would have raised a couple flags when you entered, and since he didn't, really Haig is afraid that something's happened to the guy. Apparently a bit of a loner staying up there, but surely it's nothing. Maybe he just overslept or something for the first time in forever. Still, going there to check it out and coming back with information is certainly what we've been asked to do. And that's sort of where we begin. The journey is quite, arduous, but you're not in a hurry particularly, and sort of just walking is perhaps nice. I think those of you who haven't been, well, you've probably gained your sea legs at this point and will begin to have a strange sense that the world is almost too still as you walk on a surface that isn't constantly moving. On the island trips and such, you sort of gotten used to it a little bit, but you've been moving so quickly and been in such a bustle that these minor things haven't really come to your attention. But now you can certainly feel it, right? The ground here doesn't constantly move, and you're not extremely pressed for time as you move up. Nor is there any particular super threatening things. This is the mainland. Allegedly, there is ghoul fever and such in these lands, but it seems that this little bay, at least, is fairly free of it. As you look sort of to the north, you'd see the massive sort of Tempest Hills that are there, rising high. Probably not a good place for a lot of the insects to be. The strong
Hey, look,
winds
my
that you
hills.
would hear. Yeah. So, I actually think Tempest might be from up near Drenchport or something. That seems like the kind of place. A lot of seaweed leshies.
I don't think they know.
Yeah.
Or they
know the underwater location.
Say,
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
right, I swam by this many forests of seaweed in this color.
Yeah.
As you begin
By the
to
time I
move
learned
here,
about signs, it was too late to have looked for one.
the jungle, about midday, the jungle grows much less sort of dense, and you can begin to see like glimpses up between the trees of the great vista, looking down upon the beauty of the bay and the beautiful sky. The journey here is shown a sort of a dirt path, basically, but not one that's very often traveled. From what Rickety Hicks said, the guy up here usually stays here for most of his time, coming down once a week maybe to sort of have a look at things down in the outpost and get supplies, and then he returns up here. As you walk, however, I will put you on a different map. You hear bit of a rustling sound ahead. Something in the trees and bushes and the like. You can arrange yourselves as you wish.
It is a jungle, so I assume we hear a lot of rustling.
Yeah, but something larger than just a small creature, monkey or something.
Well, I'm scouting, so you can all take that lovely
A small
bonus.
monkey?
Yes. Thank you.
A small monkey.
It could be like a gorilla, maybe.
Oh, that's not small.
No.
When you say range, roughly how far can we go beyond where I'm at?
You could run this map, I think. I'll interrupt you if you need to be interrupted.
I would like to be at least in front.
Gabby will go next to you, not because she can keep much watch, but, to stab anyone who interrupts your watching.
I see.
And
You're going east, right?
And
Okay.
also try and ask Resk, like, so if you find any like herbs or berries, I need some for brewing. Just,
Oh.
if there's nothing else we need to.
Well, I'll keep an eye out. Then.
Great.
As you begin to get in here, stumbling out of the woods and into view is a large boar.
Oh, great.
Hey, this guy.
Another
One
one.
of those.
Similar to the one you have dealt with before. These appear to be Chilaxian. Well, have the heritage of Chilaxian slave hunting boars, but they seem to sort of waddle a bit, as if a bit drunk, and sort of look at you, beady-eyed, and begin to grunt and snort, preparing to probably do the boar thing, right?
Right.
Which is run at you with tusks, which we will see how you react to. They
Fire
are
thing.
definitely threatening.
I am threatening too.
But seem addled in some way.
Why can't I roll initiative?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, there we
So
go.
let's just-
a lag. Wait, I switched it to stealth, but for some reason that didn't go through. So it should be 2 higher. I don't think it matters.
I'll do it anyway.
Oh, thank you.
All right. The boar looks and just runs at you, doing sort of a
God damn it.
this.
Why do they always find Grask?
Because Grask is in front,
Yeah.
running and
Uh,
goring with his.
This feels familiar.
Yeah. It was worse last time, I'd say. But
Well, I got crit last time, so yeah.
Yeah.
I got 1 shot, so I was.
as it runs into grass. I mean, grass is probably like fought smaller boars, not Chilaxian boars, but in arena, right? Like,
Yeah.
there are wild boars there, and those are also big and mean because people fight them. So
Well, he takes. Let's see what type of damage that is. Oh, yes, he does. Well, he deals piercing to me, so I will, in reaction, curse him with the blood he spills.
Yeah.
Success, so he takes half of this. Persistent bleed. Oh, it's a bit laggy. There we go. Half of this. Huh. Alright, I don't know how that works, but sure.
I think it just means he takes no damage now, but he
Oh,
definitely
I thought it
takes
meant like
damage.
none of the. Yeah, understood.
he
Understood.
cannot bleed.
Yeah, I was a bit confused. That's fine. Yep. My reaction.
Yeah.
And then, 'tis me. I will raise my shield. Then I'm going to stab this boar. Let's see. What do I have? Yes. Okay. Counteractions. There they are. I didn't target anything. That's very silly.
That would be a hit, though.
Alright. Ouch. Let's see. Who is next?
Stabbing at it.
Yeah, I'll take another. I'm trying to think if there's anything I can do with one action that isn't. These are not humanoids, so. Oh, but I do hit.
Raise shield.
I already have. Which I should have pressed. There you go. I am done.
Where'd you miss?
Oh, it's time to encourage everyone against these swine.
Heh.
And
Nice.
then I see a piggy down there, and he's gonna get some of the old Gabby teeth. Attack. Damage. 10 piercing. Goblin teeth ripping into the boar. And I am done.
Right.
Looking at it, grunts and sort of winces a bit more as you strike a spot that sort of seems red and like welted on the side of it.
Oh god, there's zombie boars. Ugh.
Zomboars.
So it's welted?
No.
Like
Yeah,
someone has
like someone
ripped-
like stabbed a big syringe in it.
Ugh.
Like a big mosquito.
Big mosquito bite, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ugh.
before I go about stabbing
juicing.
these boars, I would like to do some recall knowledge to see are they just like boars or what's going on here?
Well, these would be boars, not dire boars or anything. They haven't lived super long, but they are boars with descendant from the specially bred Chilaxian slave hunting boars that are usually placed or just sort of released on islands that have slave populations. They sniff out people and then they try to eat them generally. Slowly, they have bred with native boars and sort of formed this hybrid that's not as bad as those hell boars, but not certainly a bit more dangerous than normal boars and more vicious for that matter. Looking at them, you'd perhaps would understand these guys have what appears to be the remains of ropes around their necks. They've been tied up somewhere, but seem to have been sort of gnawing or pulling it through. They have some like burn marks on their necks from the rope burns, suggesting that they have been pulling against those ropes from something they've been very scared of. It's unusual for these guys to be scared. Beyond that, though, they have these big like welt marks that they've clearly been stabbed by something slightly poisonous, perhaps. Yeah. Beyond that, though, they're big boars. They're ferocious. They charge, and they don't really die when you would normally kill them. They sort of angrily continue fighting on. Safe to say you succeeded.
All right. Well, that's a bit weird. But yeah, we're gonna go here and stab this boar. He is flat-footed because I succeeded on that. Which it's a crit.
Critical
All right.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
Very well
For
done.
24.
Oh Jesus!
Terrible.
And then we're gonna follow it up with a another strike for a
Oh,
net
another
20.
critical hit. Oh.
All right.
Well done.
Go
For
rogues.
10.
Oh, this promises bad turn for you, Gabby.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Lice cutting the
no,
boar.
Look, we don't need
I
to.
hate to be that guy, but do you have a fourth action shape if you recall knowledge, move, stab? Do you have their feature or something?
A good point. Yeah, ignore the last attack. I didn't have the.
Unless
actual,
you were
I forgot the move.
Unless you were recalling knowledge as you entered combat and get one for free.
No, I
That's
rolled
not
with
a,
stealth.
that's not a normal rule. That's your rule.
Yeah, I
was
like
thinking
it.
that
It's a
might
very
be
good
thing,
rule.
so, yeah.
Just
No,
saying. it's not
I was on
official.
avoiding notice, so even with that homebrew rule.
Ah,
It entered my
Runs
brain.
at Gabby. Yes.
stop! It most certainly does not.
The boar screech.
All right.
Well,
Oh well, okay.
I mean, you still
Okay.
might need whatever
Oh,
you're doing.
I mean, you would have stopped the boar here, right?
I'm so nervous
Yeah.
for whatever fight comes next.
No,
It's
Just
No, it
burning
would
through
have
all
completed
crits.
its movement.
It only interrupts
Interrupts
manipulate,
spells.
not movement.
Oh, okay. It's the monk thing.
Yeah.
that was the-
Yeah.
It will
Just punching
gore
them in.
Gabby. Oh
No,
no.
no.
Weren't you gonna do something, Josh?
So many crits.
Yeah, I was, but I don't know if that rolls have already been made, so I think it's kind of too late.
Okay.
Every roll has been a crit.
It runs into Gabby. It takes
Ah,
damage
Oh, jeez.
Ah.
and then
Gabby.
follows that up with a second attack.
whew.
Right. Well.
Such extremes,
Yeah.
Gabby.
That's okay. You know what? I feel okay about that. Oh god. All right. Well, I'll stab it. Gabby is like still half stuck on the one of the like tusks.
I don't think the damage you applied was crit for your hit there. It was only 2d8 plus 5, but you crit it, so it should have been twice that.
What?
Gabby's
Oh, yeah.
attack?
Oh yeah, Gabby Semitrol. It would
You
be
should've.
24.
Yes.
There we go.
It has a low damage for a fighter crit.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Chop. Slice.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I forgot you had a striking weapon now.
Oh, that's right.
Another
Yeah, yeah,
crit. Oh my god.
Slamming
Whoa.
into these boars.
Die!
All right, that would kill me.
Slicing it down.
yeah.
It really should be dead,
But it's not.
but it just keeps fighting.
Ah, does a crit make it twice as wounded, or is it the same?
No.
Ah,
Well. No.
that's very good then.
Yeah.
I want that.
It's Rug
And your reaction to just live.
angrily continues.
Might be an orc racial that does.
It's a orc racial to prevent me from
That's
going
all
down.
There is the wild mimic archetype where after you've seen a boar do this, you can take the ability.
I love that. The blue mage, basically.
Please let Tempest have that. That'd be funny if Tempest started mimicking things she
Just
sees
never
online.
use it.
A boar? Yeah, how?
Yeah.
Being stubborn.
I really liked the thing they did where they didn't die,
Yeah,
so I just decided to start
I
doing
was gonna
that.
say I do have 2 tusks if you
Don't know why
wanna
others
like
don't just do that.
practice.
This is just
Yeah.
this is like Grimmett's old character Thorak who just thought his way out of conditions. You could use
precedent.
yeah, yeah. Being
All right.
being dead is a
Tempest is going to
condition.
channel elements. I'm going to heal up Gabby with the Ocean's Bomb. Because this, I want to keep us all topped up. Just in case another crit comes, because that seems likely at this point. So Gabby, go ahead, heal 7, and then I will do a
Thank
1
you.
action ranged elemental water blast at the near dead board. Just try and take it down.
Right.
Take it down. Whack.
You've-
Amazing damage. All right, it was enough.
Yes, it doesn't have 2 reactions.
Oh hey.
Yep.
Good enough.
Yep.
Right. This boar takes a step back. No, it's a boar. He just leaves.
What?
Let's chase it.
Come back here,
Turns
Bacon.
and charges
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
right into Praxu.
No.
Critical Praxu.
what
Oh,
is
that's-
Nimble dodge to make that a normal hit, please.
Here we go.
Oh,
Oh, nice one.
Aw. Aw.
I'll take that.
Boar is so sad.
throwing yourself out of the way. Just a second. Well, I mean, they like charging. They have such a big crit chance if they charge.
Here's a boar.
Yeah.
Goring and just flailing
Ugh,
around.
Jesus.
Completely, actually taught them to not have any fear of death whatsoever. Krask.
Yet.
well, the boar needs to die, and no one is really in any immediate danger of dying. So I think dropping this boar is probably more effective.
Did these balls have attack
Yeah,
opportunities?
No,
No, right?
I
I
And
don't think so.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't be
I-
surprised if they did, though. Maybe we just didn't
You know,
encounter it.
Praxu, with your roll that they don't.
Okay, good.
They do charging and they're ferocious. That's what they do.
give me a fortitude save.
Cry of destruction.
They're good at fortitude saves. The best save.
Since I struck it, I do d12s.
A blammo.
Pretty good damage.
Yep. That's me.
Hard miss.
All right. Well, this seems to be all under control. We shall anthem. Get some more of that. Nice
Can you
juiciness.
intimidate the ball?
Did you intimidate the boar? I could just attack it.
You could just attack it.
I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna attack the boar. Let's give him the gobbo teeth. How about the boar?
It would have soft cover though. A lot of people in front of you.
He doesn't die. My God. Oh, he's not
Oh,
dead.
it disappears from existence.
And it's invisible.
Becomes undetected.
I was only in your mind.
Contingency
I have
disappearance
merged
on a
with this
board.
Frags.
world.
Mind bore.
was
Pax
gonna
is
say-
gonna
Makes sense, really.
Chris Angel
Walk around?
Mindbore.
and stab him.
Otto.
There we
Right.
go.
Or he's
Yes.
dead.
Ugh.
Alright.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
They fall down.
So, what do we think they were running for? Gabby says as she's like patching her side, checking to see if all the innards are still inside as they should be.
Well,
And then-
they were tied up and poisoned or something along those lines. It almost seems like
Yeah.
someone wanted to torture them or get them real angry or something along the sorts. It doesn't quite make sense to me yet, but there's definitely people involved.
Grask would like to take a look more of the wounds that they had taken, not from us. See what's going on here.
Like a heal check to diagnose
Medicine, yes.
medicine.
I'd like to do the same on the
Gabby
injection
will-
sites.
Gabby will pry the tusks out of the one that gored her. She feels like she deserves those.
Gresk, you look at this hole. It seems to be been a forced puncture, like not a surgical cut by a sharp, pointed implement. It's clearly sort of they've been stuck, and then something has been injected under the thick boar leather hide. You can sort of wiggle a knife in there if you have one.
I could probably
To-
borrow
to-
I
Praxis.
was gonna say.
Take a
we have
better
a lot
look.
of
And sort of opening up the wound, you can see little sacks of what seems to be recently hatched wasp larvae.
Oh,
Close it.
well,
Guessing
seeing
this
that,
is the injection sites of giant wasps.
well, it seems
Alright,
there are
what-
indeed giant wasps around.
Let me have a think about Shacklian giant wasps. I'm not sure if I have a law skill for that, but
Uh,
Slave hunting giant.
Also
no.
think about that.
All right, you both know of giant wasps. They are they're not uncommon on the mainland here. Another one of those horrible monsters that exist. They are, well, as you would expect, giant wasps, massive insects that generally live in hives of 3 to 4. They dig sort of holes in the ground where they live, and then they come out. And when it's time to go reproduce, they are fertilized, and then they go use their venom to paralyze a creature, and then they inject their sort of eggs into them, where they over a week or so will hatch into larvae, eventually digging their way and eating the creature from the inside. Considered a pretty horrific way to go. Once it's progressed past a certain point, you just want to kill the person suffering from it, because it begins to get very painful. Still, their venom incapacitates, doesn't kill, for this very reason. When they're not looking to implant anything with eggs, they will simply paralyze things, then carry them back to their nest for devouring.
All right.
Well,
Very unpleasant.
that's really gross. And also, so there's giant wasps, but people who use ropes.
I mean, it could be that these balls used to be effectively guard dogs for the observation post, but I would have
Ah,
expected Rickety to have told us as much, but he might have just not found it important. I'm not sure.
Honestly,
That would be an explanation.
I believe these boars were used as hunting slaves, right?
They are
Yes,
ancestors, yes, but these ones would be wild, or used to be wild.
Are they edible?
But they have recently been tied up.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
The delicious boars. You serve one of
No,
these
they're
Valyrian
not.
ones.
They're full of wasps.
Well, yeah, but you could cut around
Oh
it.
my god!
Gabby's so sad. It's like, well, at least I got gored. But we survived. We made it this far. There's some cool tusks and food, and now it's full of fucking wasp babies.
Speaking of getting
Oh.
bored,
We should-
Gabby, you should probably get that patched up when you like take out his healer's kit for both Praxu and Gabby and start working one at a time. It will take 20 minutes for both of them. If you folks want to do anything else in that time,
Yeah, no, I'll sit
just
down.
do it once, because then I can
sure, I'll
Give
do
him a minute to
Gabby
go.
then, and then we shall see
What
what occurs.
what would I
probably
need
hustle.
to? What do I need to like harvest things from the boars, like meat and whatnot, or can we just like drag them back? I mean, yeah, we can cut around the wasps.
You don't have to. I mean, generally, you wouldn't want to harvest them here. I think.
Sure, sure.
If you go to like a place that has like a table and stuff, Still, these are man-sized boars. I mean, they're very heavy, so
Well, no,
certainly could harvest bits from them to subsist off of the boars. So.
maybe on the way back.
Yes. If I guess we'll see what you roll for Praxu, but I would then use another 10 minutes for Praxu.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because time would
Time would, yeah, it's
do it on
10
both of them.
minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, that might be
Who gets
Almost
the
max.
fix?
you, she.
You.
All right. I'm
Uh,
missing 2 hit points.
I think we're all pretty alright.
Yeah, I'm 10
at
down.
that. Cut the healing time in half. What's...
I could probably
Ooh.
take another just to top me up then.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Sorry, It's hard to tell if you're damaged because every time I hover above, your text is under Praxu.
That's okay. That's okay. No, I am
There
fine.
you go.
But yes,
Yeah,
20
but,
minutes.
yeah. I think I don't know, Artemis, if you'd know how exactly to harvest the good parts of a boar, but
You're not.
someone with cooking lore or survival could probably do it.
I mean, certainly, if we want to take more time, I can take a look.
I could do
I
it
could
on the
do
way
it during
back.
the 10 minutes while you're healing. If we're here anyway, but not waste more time.
Yeah, yeah. If someone else wants to try while I'm doing the 20 minutes, go ahead.
There we go.
You can have Ambrose's cookbook for assistance.
No, these are the good parts. Points like arrows to a boar.
Yeah, you. Tempest knows about boars, I suppose, or at least mammals are not that different from one another.
Warm blood and
Though you-
weird meat.
I'm very used
Though
to.
you don't eat, you have an idea of
yeah.
what things would like. You believe, so generally, they're like a big flank is generally what people get for these that they can sort of marinate and grill because it's game, so it's generally tough. If you have the time, you generally want to grab the whole thing and like hang it up to let it just age for a while before sort of cooking it. But
How about the leather?
if you could harvest that sort of thing too, but it also needs time to be cured and like tanned.
Well,
and,
our people are gonna be bored soon, so they can get to work.
Give him a project.
yeah, it's given the facilities you have here, you can get delicious boar meat from them, but sort of a great spending of sort of harvesting the whole of the animal and making sausages and stuff. You don't really have the facilities at this place. There probably is an old kitchen at Squibs, but you haven't really looked at it, and I don't even think that. Well, I mean, Krupp could probably do something with it, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we can do that, but I don't think we want to do it now, because then we have to drag it all the way to where we're going and then back.
Yeah, no.
It's
I
probably
just spent,
being
like,
kept
10
fresh in the body.
Yeah, spend the 10 minutes like trying to cut out anything that looks like it might spread.
I was gonna say, also, yes, let's not take the killer wasps home, in the kitchen.
No.
They would die outside a living host.
Oh, great.
They're not big enough to survive.
Well, we
It
can
is
inject them
also-
into the boar and then transport them home that way.
Keep the
It's
good
also worth
parallel.
noting that if there are killer wasps around, maybe we want to not waste too much time to see if the person manning the
Yeah,
post
I'm very
might
worried
be in trouble.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yes.
Only you've been a little faster.
Stands out from the board. Oh
It's
well.
about that. We are.
Sorry, it's just so big and bleeding. You know.
So, who gets left
Looks-
behind?
I just keep changing every round who
Okay.
it is.
I mean, we don't need to hurry that much. It's been some time since
Yeah, it
the
has.
post was.
Yeah.
It's
So a
exactly
few
when we
minutes are not
arrived.
going to make a difference, probably, but we shouldn't chance it either.
Mhm.
Yeah. What do we have
Well.
to lose?
We head easterly.
Like the wind.
I'm
Go for
scouting once more.
wasps. Okay.
Once more. Yeah.
Once more into the scout.
You do proceed to travel further. Another bit of way. I could bring us back to the map, but I don't think we need to. As you continue towards the outpost.
I see coconuts, so just saying that we should harvest fruit here later.
Yeah, you can subsist.
Sounds nice.
That's a thing you
Well,
can
I
do.
can't.
Roll to survive in the wilds.
Yeah.
Deppers is just like, I can't even look at food right now. I'm so full. Just like passively like walking over
Oh.
algae and or not algae, but you know, different plants.
Yeah.
Fungi.
As you continue through the jungle, you get well, you get close enough to see the outpost. It's sort of a small house, a hut, really, clearly built by the person living in it. And on top of the roof, it has a scaffolding that's high enough to lift it just above the canopy for someone to sort of have a look out. As you move closer to the house, you can see climbing around on it are three giant wasps, sort of moving about. The door has been sort of closed, but it does seem like the roof of the house has caved in.
Oh.
Yeah,
You can
you can hear the occasional sound coming from there as someone or something is with a squeaky voice is screaming loudly, semi-incoherently.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes, well,
We charge.
let's-
Things like go away, go away, bad bird, go away. You know.
Oh God, he's loony. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
As you come closer, though, I'm gonna put it there so the map is big enough.
I see.
The
Last time.
wasps, sort of, one of them looks over and begin to bust the wings. Right, as
Looks
they,
over.
As they, yeah. Wonderful new host.
Snaps its claws. Hey, look.
Yeah.
Hey, boys. Ah,
Hey,
yes.
boys.
They change target to come over here.
Bzz, bzz, bzz.
Sure.
Giant wasps.
Giant. They are big wasps. I would.
Yeah, they are very big.
I would not like if these wasps existed in
the-
real life. This would not be
Like a
good.
horse, you know.
What a terrible initiative roll. Ouch. All right, well.
Much.
Cannot
React
get
fast.
a good initiative roll.
They're all flying too.
Yes.
I see.
I'm starting to think that like hideouts, like building a hut out in the middle of nowhere, is a bad idea, you guys. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a ghoul.
Or giant wasp. Or both.
Yeah, no wonder there's so many pirates here, because the land is fucking awful. You need to
You
Yeah.
got settle on land. Was that a commandment? It was
Get
like
on
good
the
advice.
No, this wood up here above us seems like, I mean, it might be able to float for a little bit. Let's fucking go.
And climb in the log, hide.
Yes. It's a goblin pirate ship right there.
You can hear the
Sorry.
loud sound of their beating wings, like a droning. As they move close. They seem very fast in the air.
Okay. Well, I don't have the range for the water blast, but I do have the range for the air one. So we're going to channel elements, get everyone in the aura, and do a 2-action ranged elemental air blast. Whew, nope. God. Do I want to hear? That's probably a bad idea. Yeah, I'll save it. It's fine. Oh wait, actually, I just in case this matters, I have surprise tag. People who haven't gone yet in the first round are off guard to me.
Well, that would matter. Yeah.
Would that make it a hit?
Yes.
Fantastic. All right.
Some sort of rogue.
Yeah, rogue dedication. I am the sneaky bee. All right, cool. That's me.
They are the bad bee.
I was gonna say.
They like big targets,
Oh, thank God.
which can hold more wasp larvae. So
Oh, nice.
Ha!
they're all about volume.
Oh.
Yeah, stop.
rascal.
Stop.
Okay. Yeah.
As that thing starts to move, there will be a terrible mind fog. As it might lose the path.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Just to do a DC 19 will save. Critical failure. All right. I determine where the creature moves.
Right, you got 40 movement speed, and he's gonna want to move towards you and Praxu, but
Yeah. Any particular place you want this guy, guys, or should you send him off the battlefield?
Yeah, just away.
40
Wasted
feet
turn.
away, so
Yeah.
they wasted
full,
move, yeah.
Full speed away.
either way.
Down the cliff.
From where it started, its stride, yeah.
Yeah.
That leaves him one action to my bag, I
Start
guess.
buzzing back.
Yep.
So confused why suddenly you were much further away.
Uh,
Artemis.
All right. Having stopped death from coming closer, Artemis feels pretty okay about it. We shall sing as per usual. And then I'm to blast the wasp.
Ooh, needle darts. Nice.
Classic. Everyone likes it. 25.
It's just the
I
best
do
spell.
like it.
It's pretty good. It's long range. It does decent damage. 13 piercing.
And since it's my teeth,
you
I
just
get the kills.
Melts the different types
Yes.
of metal if you need
We
it.
go to
Right?
my kills.
Cold iron,
Oh, yeah.
needle dart.
Yeah, I have cold
Just
iron.
needle dart.
I have silver already. I just need some adamantine and then I'm good. Yes.
Praxu.
Let's see. Really,
God.
just out of range. Where's the last wasp? It's apparently a third one.
Oh, great.
We just hear it like buzzing around.
I cannot see it. Right, we are going to try to recall knowledge on the wasp to ourselves here. Do I know anything about wasps?
Yes, you do. They have a big stinger.
Amazing.
They want to sting people, make them paralyzed with their poison, and then inject them with wasp larvae.
Very
Their
good.
weakest save is will by a lot.
Oh, that is useful.
They're very dumb.
Then we're gonna draw a bow and, well, quick draw a bow even and shoot the wasp. It is flat-footed if I succeeded. If I crit succeeded, please tell me. Ooh, that's okay. I'll take that.
Nice.
For 32 points of damage.
Woo!
Ow.
It crashes.
Spicy.
Not that sturdy, all
Praxu,
things considered.
Praxu narrows his eyes, analyzes the wasp, and with one
Wow.
quick movement, like, draws the bow, lets loose an arrow into its face, like right between the mandibles.
I think you figured it out.
Yeah.
Praxus is too nice.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't want to kill people, he wants to kill animals.
I mean, people, it's a question of timing, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's the time and place. But wasps now. That one is sadly in the second range increment, but such is life. And I miss. It should have been flat-footed. Was it
Yeah, you
targeting
have
flat-footed?
surprise attack, right?
Yes.
It was not, no. As far as I can see.
Um,
Well, actually, yes, it was. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
That-
Yeah. I thought it automated it. But
Surprise
that
attack.
is a miss. Then that's my turn.
Buzz.
Ooh, does it provoke?
It descends by a bit, so it can actually attack, which means it's just 5 feet in the air. So yes, you can make your attack.
Ha!
Your fighter thing.
Because of my incredible reach
Hit.
weapon.
Striking it as it tries to stab Grask with a stinger. Failing.
No!
It tries again.
Oh!
Yep. Ow!
Ugh.
What the hell? Oh.
And that's a
Stab again.
stinger.
And get you with the first stage, which is just a little tinkly. You just feel a little tinkly.
Ugh.
Mm.
Yep.
Show yourself. Aha.
Looks around the corner like, oh, hello.
Who's here and tries to stab at Artemis. And misses. Double move, so only one turn. Grask.
Well, I'll raise my shield. Let's get to work on this. Actually, who is? Yes. Well, this might have an attack of opportunity, but just to see, Grask will look at this wasp and he will cast a spell. He will cast Fear. Yeah, will save. Ah, Frighten 3 and Flee.
Oh,
One
nice.
round. But that probably won't matter that much because Gabby is next.
And you need to do a fortitude save.
All right. Another one. Damn. All right. That's probably. I'm gonna use a hero point on this one because that's pretty low. Ah, of course.
I believe that advances the poison by 2 stages.
No.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, brutal.
Ugh.
If you find your body seizing up and become unable to move, the wasp over here suddenly is much more interested. Well, I guess this one's still just afraid. Oh, sorry. Gabby.
Should I stab the other one or this one before I
You should definitely stab the one that I debuffed. It does
Okay.
-3 to its AC. So
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
You can murder that.
you murder that thing, yeah. I don't do much damage myself, so I'm setting it.
Nice.
Nice.
Yes.
Crashes.
And the other one is how far up? Like, is it
5.
out of my reach?
No.
Oh. That's it.
All right. Tempest was going to Tidal Hands, but sees Gabby's got that one, so we'll just swing around and swap out air elements for water, and then just try and punch this right in the top of the not like the stinger, but the sort of the midsection there. Just
Mhm.
try and soak the wings, make them real heavy. 2 action, water blast. Not ranged, melee. It's adjacent to me. Oh yeah, no, god damn it. All right, try again. 1 action with map.
Its
I'm all
frantic
shit
sort of
today.
insectile movements making it hard to hit as it shifts and bosses and moves. Makes the airwave around it. Artemis.
Okay. Boy. Well, let us sing. Let's give it a spelling.
Killing a bee with needle darts. Great.
Oh,
Oh
sadness. I am done.
Actually,
All right. I mean, I knew something about the first bee, but do I know anything about this bee? Wasp.
appears to be a very similar wasp.
You could walk
Excellent.
and
no.
just
It appears to be.
flank.
It's 5 feet in the air.
I'm assuming that all the bushes are like difficult terrain, so I
Yeah,
have trouble
but
getting
anyone
there.
on the ground at least, yeah.
You do
But
have
if
an extra 10 foot of movement speed, if that helps you. You're in a good position.
Yeah, but since I identified it, I can just shoot it. Like,
Oh, nice.
It is flat-footed to me now.
Yes.
Oh, right, yeah.
And
Yes!
I rolled a
Wow.
net 20.
Very nice.
All right,
Practice Beast Slayer.
on 19. Disappointing damage. And then we're gonna shoot it again with my last action. For another hit.
Yeah.
Another 8.
All right.
All right, 2 solid hits. That's my turn.
Continues to flail the stinger towards Artemis. Oh. Well. And it provokes because it's too motivated to move over here now.
No!
Oh. These
I'll
twos-
hero find it.
These
To use
twos are
the-
killing me.
We are 2s and 20s.
Implant.
Hey!
That's it.
Yes!
Nice.
Oh, well, look at that. The hero point
Not
coming
my
in clutch.
Grask!
As it tries to gravel Grasp to inject him with eggs, it is instead
No!
slapped out of the air,
Nice job, Gabby.
wrenching out of the ground. Dead.
How do we help Grask? Gabby will start clapping, like trying to figure out.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
Praxu, of course, would know with all those checks that this venom lasts about a minute, and then he's fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he'll be fine.
If he's not injected
We
by,
need to-
by things in that time, then he's generally good.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
we'll
he's
have to
not.
be
He
done.
doesn't have any eggs in him yet.
No. You
Ah,
tried, but you slapped it just in time. If you hadn't, then yes, he
Ooh.
would have. As a disease.
You can clearly see, Gabby, the proboscis that is filled with eggs
just-
over
I was
here.
gonna say, look, I saw it, and I
Wasted
was
running
like,
out of the ground.
no,
Mhm.
that's not cool. Like,
Gather it up in a bucket so we can use it.
we have enough people to look after. We
The
don't need any more
locals call it
babies.
stew. Nature's yogurt.
Very nutritious.
Seagrass kind of, I guess, shake himself out of it after a minute. There's
Yeah.
probably pins and needles everywhere. Grunts a bit.
Yeah, muscles sort of stuck and locked together, right?
Oh,
Let's rub some sea salt
So you can
how did the
in there.
having still on the ground? All right.
having the wasp sort of dying down. It seems like with them leaving, the yelling from the hut has died down as well.
You're welcome.
Go away!
Hello, Artemis will call out. We're here from Rickety Squibs to check your status and situation. Everything all right over there?
Stinky bird! You're here. Back.
Ah.
Artemis
Grass
frowns. I don't think that's a person.
roll. let's check the hut then.
You think
Yes.
it's a parrot?
Yeah.
He might just be very racist to me specifically.
No.
I don't have a hut, but I'm just
If
gonna...
that's true, we're
I
gonna
fucking
beat up.
hate Tengu.
Fuck Tengu. Fuck Tengu. Like, oh.
Anything with a
Jordan-
beak, really.
Joromongo bird, yeah.
Uh,
Just gonna do this.
yeah,
That's the hut.
I think it's a parrot.
I would love a parrot.
That's a hut.
Oh.
Pretty nice.
Especially if
Ah.
it curses.
Yeah.
Oh,
But as you
To the
walk
hut.
over there to look in, you can see the door, sort of a ramshackle door, right, made facing away from the like. Technically, the door would be on the other side because it's facing away from the direction of the wind. Looking up on top, you can see the railing on the little platform up there having broken, and then a hole, sort of. Someone clearly fell down through the roof of the hut. Going to the other side of the hut and looking in the door, you will once more, as you go to the door here, go away, go away. Basically, screamed, and I'm just gonna move you over there. There we go.
Yep.
On the other side now. That's the door hole.
Oh, well, that's a door hole.
Yes, there's like a stair up there, and then the railing has fallen, and there's like a hole in the ceiling there. Looking in opening the little door, you can see, the body of the person that fell through. Seems like the legs got stuck in some of the railing when they fell through the platform on top and down through the roof, and they've sort of been probably died from just slamming through the roof, and now the body is sort of dangling here.
Right.
Sitting on awkwardly on sort of the man's arm is indeed a parrot that looks like it used to be very fat, but now is not so fat anymore.
Well, hello there.
It looks at you, sort of shifting itself as it does, staring up at you with big parrot eyes and saying, "Go away, bad bird."
Let's see if we can fix that. He'll go into his backpack and pull out from his rations, of course, some crackers. Let's feed this parrot, perhaps. Perhaps some animal handling. I don't even know what that skill is in Pathfinder, but
It's nature.
Yeah, nature.
Oh yeah, nature.
Maybe I can
will-
diplomatize the bird with song.
I will attempt to diplomatize the bird with nature and feeding it, so it doesn't bite.
It looks at the crackers. All right. Says a little bit of cheese as it switches back and
Do
forth.
you have Gouda?
He smirks a bit. He'll
Big
bring.
bird. It says.
He'll bring some out. I'm sure rations have some. Them.
Yeah. Seeing a little bit of cheese, it sort of hops down from the corpse. The sort of lands on the ground. It sort of nuzzles the top of the head of the corpse a little bit, saying, "Pretty bird, go away." And then it hops over to Grask to accept the cheese offering, happily taking it, this little parrot foot, and eating it,
What?
making little
What's
happy
your
sounds.
name, bird? Pretty bird? Is that it?
He doesn't seem to know how to talk to you,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
No,
Passing
yeah.
down the
I mean,
cheese.
Gabby, like Ari knows.
But he will loudly
Gabby is
exclaim,
telling
"Go
him
away,
Yeah.
bad bird,
and I already gave all my stuff away.
stupid bird."
No, poor bird.
Aw.
Don't talk to Preston like that.
Grass will offer some more, but he'll basically place it on his arm so that the parrot will need to hop up to grab some.
It'll hop up, yeah.
He'll place him on his shoulder.
Oh, its
Aw.
feathers look very nice.
It's
Pretty
big
bird
red
indeed.
bird.
Racing
They
the
would
horse
look-
chopper.
Very, very good tied on a string, in a hat, on a
Yeah, it seems
skirt.
you believe this bird currently is hungry. It's probably sleep deprived. It's probably had a pretty terrible time trying to sit in here while the wasps were climbing
I mean,
around
look
outside.
at the eye if you zoom in. That's really all you
So-
need to zoom in on that fucking eye.
Yeah, no, it sees some shit, that bird. It's like, oh.
Graskell will nod to himself.
Bird.
No, good bird. I think it's safe here, but I do want to give this poor fellow a better. He'll move forward to try and extricate the body from whatever awkward position it's put itself in.
Shoo.
Yeah.
Maybe we take the bird out before we look around in the place and move the dead body.
You know, Gabby, that might be very smart. I guess I will do then, given that it's on.
I can take it. Like Armus can hold out his arm if you want to look around. You're better at looking than me.
Oh, it seems to like the cheese person though.
All right. Cheese
That
person
makes
it is.
Alright.
Honestly, Gabby was looking too. It's just like, oh wow,
I
okay.
mean, if
what is a-
Artemis has cheese, but if
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
what does a goblin have to
Bribe-
do to get
bribe
some
the bird.
crackers
Yeah.
and cheese here? I mean,
I have rations.
were eating my rations the other day.
I have rations, but I don't know if there's cheese in the rations. But maybe.
there's
Usually
probably cheese in the
there's
rations.
probably cheese in
Alright,
rations.
I mean, I can. Yeah, sure. Artemis will put out some cheese and crackers in his hand and see what the bird thinks about that.
Oh, he seems to like it. There's
Alright.
cheese, and then he sort of hops over and gets
I like
munching on
him
it.
a
very
lot.
happily.
We should name him
Oh,
after
so
cheese.
hungry.
Well,
Yeah.
that solves that then.
Artemis will move over here with the cheese.
Hops on the ground. Yeah.
Before Grask
Tries to pet him a
Fromage.
little bit, like scratch him on the top of the head.
Oh, he seems to like that.
Yeah, bet he does.
Just go away, stupid bird.
Closes his eyes.
I love him so much.
But yes, Sheep, before anything happens, what do you wish to do?
is there any indication why the structure collapsed? Did it just do that, or was there a cause for it?
Well, I mean that seems. How would first find out? I mean,
I
you
mean,
could, do me like a crafting check to identify, take a look around the hut.
yeah,
See what's up with that.
makes sense to me. I'm gonna
Um,
spend a hero point on that because I want to know. There we
Oh
go.
boy.
Hey,
Yeah, this hut was shoddily built at the best of times. It was not built by someone who knew what they were doing, building a house. Yet it seems to be sort of sturdy enough to function. Right, it didn't break apart just completely. You believe that the person standing on top of this building leaned on the railing too hard.
Oh no.
Perhaps were in a hurry.
Oh.
Broke the railing, fell through, probably concussed themselves pretty heavily, falling through the sort of ceiling, and dangled there with their feet. How long it took for them to die might have been pretty quick, but blood would have certainly flushed to their head and sort of ended it before too long, dangling there with a concussion.
Well,
Misadventure, really. The wasp might have been called by the noise or something else. Probably merely been agitatedly trying to get the parrot, or as you look around, at the frayed ropes at the edge of the building. Perhaps they injected the poor boars, who then managed to get away eventually.
Yeah, and it looks like the balls were like basically guard dogs, right?
Yeah, would appear so.
Yeah. Actually, like takes his hand. I was hoping for some start of a grand conspiracy that got solved to earn some gratitude, but this is just some dude who fell over a railing.
Sometimes it's that simple.
Flecking the body would be medicine.
Yes, I will do so.
Or
yes,
perception
let's
to
make
take a
sure
look for
there's
the
no
hut.
more wasps in there.
I'd like to do both.
Should probably take some stuff home to, like, his next of family, maybe.
Grask is perhaps too distracted by the body to really see anything in here, because that's a very bad perception check. So it's all collapsed. Who knows? They're probably nothing of value to learn from this.
This
house.
is also very big. Like, it's
but,
fucking shitty hut. That's
But the person here probably died over several hours of dangling. It's the kind of thing you wouldn't tell the family, right? Hopefully he was unconscious for most of the time. Otherwise he just had this parrot to sort of pay attention to.
You know.
Given what the parent's saying, I find that unlikely.
He went to a farm far, far, far away.
Yeah. Still, he seemed to have been startled and fallen, certainly.
Well, Grass didn't find anything in here, so perhaps someone else can. But he is
17.
The thing is, Gabby doesn't even have to justify doing a perception check after other people did because she looks for something else. So useful garbage.
Yeah, it's true. Well, also she's small. I feel like places other people have to move a beam, she just walks.
Yeah,
3 feet tall.
looking around in here.
She's looking for that trash bin.
She's really good at how low can you go.
There's like bits of cloth and stuff, the kind of
Uh-huh.
things like a kettle, a bit of
Oh,
firewood,
Yes.
um,
I'm
stuff
putting
like
in the
that, like
bag.
random sort of life services needs, like a bunch of like sleeping furs and whatnot,
I mean, yes.
extra clothes,
I'm
but they're
writing it all
boots,
down. Books?
that sort of thing.
Boots.
Oh.
Yeah, there's also some different types of perfumes. Some of them attempted homemade of
Okay.
various degrees. They mostly just smell strongly of something. Not really pleasant, but somewhat deafening.
Not alcohol.
No.
Okay.
There actually is no alcohol in here.
God, this place
The guy
sucks.
certainly wasn't drunk. But there is sort of under his body a bit of a journal log
Oh.
that seemed to have been dropped there.
Yes.
Well,
But again, like Grask is respectfully like moving the body and be like, yes, I think it's gonna. Gabby just like sticks her hand in under the body. Oh, I think I see something.
he doesn't appear to have any money either.
Yank. Oh, yeah, not that I checked. I just have a feeling in his pocket that there was no money.
He had a morning star
Mm-hmm.
and a
Okay.
short bow with 11 arrows.
Okay, where are the flags?
Oh, they're here too. They're basically just straps of
Signal
cloth,
flags? Yes. Oh. Is there a red one?
though. Yes, there's a red one and a blue one and a black
Okay,
one.
great.
We pick. Do we have room for pick up the weapons? Anyone, just in case? It's good to have different types
Morning
of weapons
star.
and whatnot. Morning star and a bow.
Well, I mean,
Not
I assume
bad.
that
Take
they-
the bulk,
I-
yes.
I'll never use them, but I can hold them if we want.
Just sell them off. We do have a bag of
no, I
holding,
mean, give them
don't
to
we?
the guys
It's
who
just
knew
got
this
one
Got
star.
person.
sleeves.
There you go.
Sleeves
know?
of, yeah, I think
Bag of holding, where?
Did
we have
a bag
sleeves of
holding?
storage.
Sleeves of
Yes,
storage.
yes.
That was the thing. Yes, the sleeves of storage.
Yeah, so Tempest just goes to
And
pick
shop
it
right
up and
there.
just like
Yeah.
just like falls in the sleeve. Does
Ah.
nothing. Oh, that's handy.
Does he have any kind of like mark or something we could give to like prove of?
Mark.
His
Like,
head.
Looking over, he does
tattoo, maybe?
appear to have a large tattoo on his forearm.
I mean, handing over his journal
Um,
might be enough.
Yeah.
You do like a Shackles lore check.
I was gonna say, like, Gabby's like something we could hand over. Oh, a tattoo. Yes. Well, takes out the
Put
knife.
the arm
Let me
on.
go get the hacksaw.
Yeah, you can do like a
Jackal
You
floor.
could just bring the body
Uh,
back, right?
Praxu recognizes the
Yeah.
tattoo as a slave mark.
Hmm.
Guy was
Yes,
probably an
right.
escaped slave at some point.
And then he had like the slave boars as his. Respect.
Or they were coming for him, or
That-
just the saddest coincidence ever.
They smelled the slave and the old training
Oh.
kicked in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can bring the body
Possible.
back. We could do that, right?
It's easy enough to see. Are there any posts where ropes that are broken off are around here?
Yes,
Well, then there probably should.
Praxu found those.
Yeah. They were. I mean, these kinds of boars are effectively native at this point, so he likely just tamed or otherwise trapped them.
8 pen.
Well, I guess
So-
you know what happened then. Kind of anticlimactic.
Do we know if any of
Yeah,
these
that's
flags
mundane.
mean approach slowly? Maybe we could set something up until he can.
Well,
You
you
know,
were told at least
rebuild.
that a red one would mean for you to leave. Like you should pass by because there's other people here, so no time for you.
Yeah.
Black one means you should leave forever and never come back, and the blue one means you should approach. But when you arrived, there was none of them being held
They
up.
put
as-
the red
Okay.
flag
Yeah.
there. I mean, we
Let's
can
put the
always
red
set
flag
someone
on.
up and take it down.
I think we should maybe rotate the crew out and volunteer to help with this job and rebuild this better
Yes,
than
they do need some help.
earn our keep.
The trash goblin says, looking at the structure. Like,
I should begin to sort of look. I mean, you'd have to climb up on top of the house to the lookout post
Yes, I will.
to put up
We
the
have a
flag.
former rigger with us, or put it on a tree.
Beyond that, you could read the journal. It doesn't appear to be any special languages or anything.
Right. Yes.
That
let's press
handwriting
A
isn't
in front of the journal.
fantastic, certainly, but it's been written. Looking in it, it looks like it's like a ledger, basically, pocket form.
Would you say that it's scrawled on there?
It has a bunch of no, not really. It has a bunch of like a grid, basically, with a bunch of dates and then various markers. Presumably, someone with like naval nautical knowledge, which I think several of you have. You know, like wind markers. Then there is various notes for ships. It appears the guy was keeping track of which ships passed the
Ooh.
area and what their
I
headings
definitely
were.
want that.
And Gabby takes one look at it and it's like, it's code, and gives
The
it to
most
Rex.
recent one, the most recent line at the bottom of the page that was open upon the ground when it fell, suggesting it was written probably, pretty recently, says Strix, Chilaxian 7 cannon corvette, black hallmark, deep cargo line, definite hunter, 6 lines, off clear course, scouting coast and inlets.
Is Strix the name?
The date would have fitted to 3 days ago.
Oh. Very close.
Was it
Does that
getting
match the
days ago.
description of the one that was pursuing us through the storm?
Maybe.
I mean, it certainly is written a bit differently than you would say. I mean, you didn't really get a good look at it.
7 cannon corvette.
But is
That's
there anything that rules it out?
No, nothing that would rule it out.
There's a good chance in my mind that Mr. Plug might have intended to rendezvous with this ship.
Possible, yes.
Perhaps dump the wormwood.
Around 3 days ago. Well, we are lucky we missed it then. Hopefully it has gone away. Is how clear of a view do you have, like, of the inlet from here?
Climbing up, you'd have an excellent view.
Yeah.
The post is somewhat hidden by the foliage, but from it you can basically. The flagpole is very visible, but beyond that you can get a great view both of the inside and outside of the inlet.
When was the last time another ship was here? Can we check in the journal?
Yes, that would be 7 days ago.
Okay. Well, any ship we would
Well,
recognize?
that's when one of them left. It left for it appears to be a small ship, a trade ship that was being brought towards Blood Cove, presumably for selling.
Okay.
Appears one of the local pirates of Firegrass Isle, according to the note, has visited with one that he's captured, and has brought it to Blood Cove. Get you the pirate guy's name. That's in there.
Yeah.
It was a known flag. Here we go. It was Sweet William Poor of the Red Courage. Sailed with.
Would Artemis know
with
that,
a captured ship?
That name? With his pirate
Yeah,
lore?
like a pirate lore.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Oh, Praxis wouldn't, but Artemis would barely hear the guy. Like, it's not a guy that stories are told of, really.
Sure.
He's a free captain.
Okay.
That's nice.
All right.
Out of the town of Goat's Head
Mm-hmm.
on Firegrass Isle, which is an isle down here in the south. It's headed by 3 captains. They are not on the pirate council typically, not what you'd call a pirate lord. Certainly, the Goat's Head is not a big port, but they have a pretty good presence here in the southern ocean, the Fever Sea, given that their home port is so close to it.
What's
Not
their...
not known for anything particular beyond sort of keeping his head down.
No particular rumor about him, like, yes, he skins his captives alive or anything like that.
I mean, I'm just gonna go make sure you get what you get with your roll. Maybe he skins his victims alive.
Maybe.
He well, what you have heard of him, place you've heard his name mentioned, is that when you were in Port Peril, you heard in one of the taverns one night some of his former crew speak of Sweet Wilhelm. I have to make sure I pronounce it well enough. Sweet Wilhelm Poor, but saying that they were happy to get out quickly because after he abandoned the first mate on Raptor Isle, they weren't going to stay around for when it became their turn to face his wrath.
Yes, Raptor Isle.
Yeah. Apparently, it is said that the reason they call him Sweet is ironic. He's basically the opposite. Known as the terror aboard the Red Courage. People are scared of him. A little bit of a Harrigan sort of fellow, but just less contentious, really. Well, his crew is always looking for new sailors, though, and not from enemy casualties.
Sure.
Yeah, which is a generally bad thing. Also, he apparently loves sweets.
Okay, yeah, well, makes sense.
What a great man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Classical pirate.
Yeah, very classical.
But has done no great feats. Generally goes for easy prey and doesn't isn't known to be particularly daring.
Is there anything else that would stick out as noteworthy in the book, like the Shallaxian corvette, certainly, but any other Shallaxian ships or pirate hunters or known free captains? If we just flip through it.
There's lots of free captains as you flip through it. I mean, it seems to be 3 years old, the journal.
Oh, okay.
From the beginning, and before that, it would appear that there might have been a different journal somewhere, because there's no particular intro. It just sort of picks up.
How frequently do people seem to arrive here?
The longest between seems to be a couple weeks.
Okay.
So fairly frequently, though sometimes for repairs or storm repairs, sometimes to do little trading spots, sometimes just sailing past along the shore. That said, it's not what you'd call a heavily trafficked area, certainly. Most of the ships that come here to visit here. The ones that don't are the ones that are paid more attention to. You get the feeling, looking at it, that this guy was sort of watchful for ships on the shore. A typical trait by people who have had, been branded by Chiliax is that they are scared of getting caught again, and especially slaves that rebel or the like. Sending sort of slave hunters to get them, if nothing else, just to punish them for rebelling, is not uncommon.
Perhaps
looking at the evidence now, you could sort of make out that the guy probably saw the Chilaxian ship sailing back and forth, moving, like scouting and looking in towards the coast, and might have been startled, stepped back towards the railing and fallen.
Action this far south is certainly bad news.
Perhaps,
I mean,
it's
they're bad news
unusually
in
far
general.
south.
perhaps you should write down if there's any data you want, because I think the squib, what's his called again? Whatever he's called, might like these are probably confidential, right? Like Gabby makes air quotes.
But we didn't find any journal.
Yes. Yep. I hadn't even thought of that. You know what, Prexu? Yes, we didn't. It's weird.
Rickety is probably the one who had him keep these notes. I don't know that lying about that is a good idea,
No, we should.
especially not while we're so dependent on him right now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, but we can still take notes of the recent
Yeah.
months.
Absolutely.
We have to go prepare and take the boar home, and Praxu is probably good at writing, right? You're smart.
Did anyone climb up on top of the thing?
Gabby would have,
Give me
just
some
because she is a She is a
to
monkey.
climb. Yeah, a
Loves
risk of more of it collapsing.
Yeah, see if you can spot that Chilaxian ship still lingering around out there. That would be a good thing to notice early.
Oh, that's a 5.
With 7 cannons, yeah.
Yeah, you climb up. It's not that hard for you. You're not that heavy either. I assume, though, as some of you maybe put down like the the horse chopper or something.
Yes, I'll
Yeah,
use
make
all
your
5
way up.
limbs for now.
Unusually light fighter, not wearing heavy armor. She get up there to,
Yeah,
to
and
have
my 3
a
feet
glance
tall.
out. And you know what? You do see a ship sailing into the inlet, actually.
What ship is that?
What does it look like?
Oh, Gabby, give me a like a lore check for that, or a perception
Oh.
check if you don't have any sailing lore.
Perception. Yes. No. It's no.
Perceive the ship.
Hey.
You see
look
a
at
couple
me.
masts. You
A
see
sail. 2 sails.
It has 2 sails. Yes. There are
Uh-huh.
people. There are people on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some like a wooden hull with some like a it's like a black marks of wing on the side.
All real dialogue.
Yeah. Well, you don't know about ships, so I'm not going to give you
no.
any technical terms.
Yes.
Praxus gonna try to climb up there as well because that is disconcerting to say the least.
Take the flag. Take the flag with you, Prexu.
Yes.
Tries to climb up, and that is good enough to get up a little bit. Yeah, you could give
Gabby
me
will
a
give him a hand.
sailing lore if you want to.
Right.
Know about the ship.
I mean,
Well, it's a lore check. You don't get the perfect one, but it certainly is a corvette. So it's
Does
class
it have
and size.
7 cannons?
It's hard to see with this Gabby's check, really. Maybe. I mean, it certainly seems to be moving up to
What's
with great speed towards
what
the
flag is it
wormwood
flying?
laying out there.
What flag is it flying?
None at the moment.
Oh,
All right, guys. I think we need to go.
Let's put up
Yeah,
that red
they're-
flag. And
Yeah,
then
put up the
get
flag.
back.
Red flag.
yeah,
Yeah.
red
Red
flag.
flag.
Stay away.
the Chilaxian ship was certainly described as having a black hallmark, and I mean, I can't quite make it out, but it sure looks like one.
There's a black wing right there, right? Right there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go, you guys. Me might have to leave the boar for the wasps, I suppose.
All right. Well, it seems we are being raided, so let's deal with it, shall we?
Well, on the bright side, let's get a ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, a 7 cannon corvette. We'll take it.
Gabby draws out her horse chopper again. Yeah!
Charging
We
down
should
the
not
hill.
underestimate the Chilaxians, however.
No.
7 cannons.
Oh, I am joking when I say we're getting a 7 cannon corvette. That seems
Yes, definitely.
That seems like trouble.
A bit of an ask.
A bit
Well,
of an
let's not
ask.
stand around then, shall we? Let's go.
We have.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have so little already. They cannot have the rest.
Exactly. There's so little to take.
Actually, Grask, I don't suppose you have that spyglass with you, do you?
He'll hand it over.
That might
Toss
give
it
us
up.
a better view on that ship.
Sure.
Does that help, Banakai?
Yeah. Yeah, do another perception check.
Perceive.
All right.
Look at the
Yeah.
spyglass.
Oh wow.
See much further. Yeah, you could see figures moving about on the deck. You can definitely see cannons, though. That's that mistakable. Being swiveled to. They're sort of pointing in all sorts of directions on the Corvette. They're sort of swiveling them to point towards the wormwood laying out there. Wormwood also looks like it's laying real low. Yeah.
I'm feeling they're about to do our job for us.
Oh boy.
You can see a bunch of people moving about. They seem to be skilled. Certainly not pirate-looking people, but almost like war sailors, right? They
Oh, boy.
have uniforms of a bluish color. You can see from this distance.
Could I roll a society
Suspiciously.
check to maybe know what uniforms those
Yeah,
are?
yeah.
Suspiciously
idea.
look like Mr. Plug.
Actually, those are definitely not Chilaxians. You can see that some of them even have like stitched little like bird shapes on their clothes.
Oh.
What appears to be Andorran
Yeah.
sigils.
Door and
Oh,
pirate hunters.
What's an Andorran Corvette cannons? I mean, it's not as bad as Chilaxians, maybe, but certainly
For
unexpected.
a pirate, that's kind of equal.
It's like,
Is
as you look down at them though, you do see a leader, presumably the captain of the ship, right, standing there with a golden sort of eagle symbol on the shoulder, or peg leg, holding the wheel, commanding, pointing out, and sort of for a moment we have that moment like where he sort of turns and looks up at the
But
the
for a
hill.
moment, I thought that you were like standing with his own spyglass, and I was like, no, no.
Oh, yeah, he looks up to the hill where he was standing with a flag, right, a red flag, and does wave and gesture for some people to probably take a look at that.
And maybe I was going to say don't show any flags, but might be too late for that now.
Yeah.
well,
We
it's
should
less
probably
for
go.
them at this point, and more that we want. Is it fair to assume that Rickety Squibs would see this flag go up as well?
Yes.
Okay. You know
Well,
what?
he probably is well aware.
Okay, good. Yeah. Excellent. Then yeah, let's get the hell out of here.
yes.
Four winds away.
Yes. You begin making your way back.
If
Come on,
Gabby
bird. Cheese
is
is this
told
way.
that like the captain is looking up here, like, oh, take a look up there, she'll do like a little dance with the flag, assuming that people are like, oh, it's a goblin and a flag, whatever.
The goblins stole their flag. Broadside.
Oh well.
You don't know the caliber of cannons. None of you have like gunsmithing lore, so
I mean,
who
Gabby
knows what
did
they can do,
take
right?
the
This
other two flags to be
weird
clear.
technology. But yeah, as you move between the sort of the cuts in the jungle, basically, during this long arm, as you can look down here, like it's sailed about here, and is continuing into the bay a little bit. Clearly, it's realized that the wormwood is sort of sacking down, not really gonna be a target. Seems to keep the cannons on the small shipyard. Right. As you move down, you can see a longboat being put out, and some people move down into it and sailing for the place down there.
We should try to avoid any attempts at them trying to find us.
Yeah.
Or intercept us.
Yeah.
Yep.
See what they're up to. Doesn't look like they need repairs.
Yeah, you move back towards the area.
Yes.
Probably not taking your time, I assume. But hurrying a
Very
bit.
much no.
Yeah, we're risk pace.
Coming back in here, it's clear the vibe has changed. You
Grask
see
and Gabby heal up while we're on our way.
most of the locals have either withdrawn or gone down to the docks here to probably receive the people.
We should go
A
and
long
find.
way. They've had time, but you know.
I mean, what is our approach here? Do we?
We let Rickety Squibs take the lead here. This is his
Yep.
establishment. We shouldn't start
I think
anything.
maybe somewhere around here we get up and start spying again.
Yeah, maybe
See what
also I kind of want to get into our crew and be like, all right, everyone shut the fuck up.
They're hanging out in a little camp down here.
Yeah,
You
just-
partied last night.
yeah. Everyone just sit tight, get ready for trouble, but don't start anything.
Yeah, people are standing on the beach, like looking at the ship.
Try to look not piratey.
It's a ruffled crew of misfits.
Yep.
Dar be a ship. I mean,
Put that parrot away.
ar mean.
No, you need to be more. What ho! What fair winds bring thee here, pretell? You know, a bit of
Like all the not pirates they've met in their lives.
yes, exactly. Ugh.
Yeah, we can
Search for Conjure Boy needs
can
to
sort of
do some thespian shit right now.
move down here if you wish.
Please don't kill me. It's the only
To
thing I've
your
ever
crew.
heard a non-pirate say.
And as you do, you see as you are moving towards your people's camp, so are others.
What?
A crew from the dock is coming over.
Coming for our camp first?
Well, towards your camp, yeah.
Yeah, there's no way that we got there before the ship did.
You took hours.
Yeah.
Why would Endurance be looking for something related to the Wormwood or us? It doesn't make any sense.
They might not be looking for us specifically. They might just recognize the wormwood.
Yeah, let's find out.
Yeah.
You guys, we need to do cardio. You run slow.
The bird is who has the bird on them?
I assume Artemis still has the bird.
I'll have the bird. I
Captain needs
guess.
his parrots.
It clutches on there, and you can certainly feel the weight. It's this bird has.
It's a thick
a bit
bird.
chunky.
It's
Yeah.
gonna make
Thick.
it impossible to sneak. Oh lord.
He's happy to nab. He's clearly tired.
Yeah.
He sort of sits on the shoulder and sort of sits there awake, and then does the thing where you slowly fall asleep and begins to lean up against Artemis's head until Artemis does like a little jump or like a move
Yeah.
down a ledge or something. In which
Yeah.
case, like
Wah.
jolts awake, and then it's like, go away.
It's like a cat.
During the travel, though, he also begins to do little tooty farts that are quite bad smelling. This bird has something rotten inside him.
Oh.
Seems like the cheese might not be good for him, even
Yes,
though he
I
loves
don't think he can digest cheese.
it. Yes.
Well, no cheese
I
for the
misheard you
bird.
for a
Then.
second. I'm like, how is he doing two-dimensional farts? What?
Rotten bird, smelly bird, bad bird. Go away.
Oh, the poor bird.
Sits there.
You
He's
were the
clearly
one who
yelled at
said
a lot
it,
in this
jeez.
time. Ahead, moving towards your camp, you can see a group of these people moving and sort of using cutlasses to sort of do the thing where you go through the foliage and sort of cut it down, machete style, slicing it to make a path for their captain, presumably, at least an
There's
officer
already
of
a
some
path.
kind.
What?
As they cut down foliage.
Oh jeez.
Oh, it's Clayton from Tarzan.
Oh,
Well,
well.
Look at these smug fuckers.
Yeah, look at these smug doors. Mm-hmm.
But-
Freedom.
Here
on the
comes
bright,
democracy. Ugh.
if we do end up fighting, we're gonna have a lot of cool hats.
Let's spread democracy, boys. Fire the cannons.
Spread evenly among all of
Certainly
you.
the presence of the ship out
Equal
there.
opportunity.
These are certainly not all the people,
Yeah,
that are on that ship.
certainly.
And the presence of that is sort of a looming situation that has your crew at least calmed down, sobering up pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
As you sort of they see you, right?
Yep.
They'll sort of stop and sort of look at you, and then sort of file up a bit more, as the man with the peg leg comes over a
This
bit.
will hide and
Anyone
get
who's
ready
got
to
a pirate
cover.
lore, give me a check.
Sure do.
Oh,
Sure do.
should do as well.
Oh, nice.
Well, that's
Wow.
a net 20.
Oh,
Wow.
hell.
Oh, my uncle.
Hey, my old friend. Yeah, exactly.
This is the
Pirate lore.
tank.
The ability to lore and just know people
Oh, page
personally. No, actually. Both Artemis and Praxu realize, as this man steps into view, that this is actually not an Andorran pirate hunter. Though looks can be deceiving. This man would be the free captain, known as Merrill Pexworthy.
Merrill Pexworthy.
Yeah, an ex-Andorran military man who defected with his ship and his crew from some sort of famous night order in Andorra.
Oh.
At first, people thought he was a privateer when he got here, but he has since been plundering plenty of Andorran ships as well.
All
As
right.
others. Praxu, you get the political deeds because this guy does go to the Pirate Council. Beyond that, he is actually not just a captain but a commodore of a fleet of 4 ships. That is without the one currently laying out there.
Oh.
So presumably that's a new one.
Very nice.
Quite the bigwig.
Beyond that, you'd know that he's an ally of the faction on the Pirate Council that is sort of the radicals, if you will.
Okay.
Bit of someone who's not afraid to stir some trouble sometimes.
Okay.
A supporter of Tessa Fairwind, another famous pirate, and sort of the current hotshot pirate to become the next Hurricane Queen. Very popular. She's got a lot of people around her. Mostly, she's sort of the kind of pirate that doesn't take well to like slavery and constant whipping and such, believing that life is for living and enjoying. A lot of the Calistrian and sort of Kalenian pirates are leaning in that direction.
That sounds not bad.
The less rough and evil looking people.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah. Still, as he steps forward, he certainly seems to have, an unfriendly demeanor to you.
Well, as I've said, Andorran pirate hunters wouldn't have made sense. They are not.
Can you write his name out?
Yes, I can.
Gabby looks to Artemis, Praxu, and Grask to see if she putting the weapon down.
Yeah, we're putting the weapon down at the moment.
No.
Yep. Praxu will turn to Gabby and Grask and say, "Not pirate hunters, free captain."
No.
Artemis will smile a winning smile towards Captain Pigsworthy as he approaches, and also take a step forward.
He draws a long parrying dagger in his offhand.
Sure.
Looking to Artemis and says, "I assume you know who I am, and now I know who you are. The crew of Harrigan." He shakes his head slightly. "Now, where is the old bastard?"
Well,
Time has come, and you hiding him in these jungles won't last him long. I'd hoped he would come face me himself. But given the flight you gave me, I suppose that is to be expected.
Many things
You can
come into
hide
focus.
from me. You can hide from me, but I will extract the truth.
Well, Captain Pegsworthy, as I assume, we shall happily share any truth with you, no problem at all. As you see before you, we are formally the crew of Captain Harrigan. Now we have unburdened ourselves of that particular joke and are currently in search of a new ship and fairer winds to sail on our own, under our own flag. I am Captain Artemis Keen, leader of this crew. Emotions behind.
Give me a diplomacy check.
So,
Can't really ask you for deception since you're not lying.
I'm not. No.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
A
Yes.
trustworthiness roll.
Artemis.
So many
Oh,
20s
wow.
today. What is happening?
Why is
Look at
his
that, look at
lights
that
off
man.
his shirt?
look at this
Name
guy.
dropping himself.
I like
Uh,
to think that since you're using performance and your performance is singing, this is like a musical theater scene
Yes.
where you're like
I
narrating what happened.
Artemis.
Let me
Lights.
tell you our story.
Let me
Tell
tell
me
you
what
what
Off to the
happened.
side wistfully as he's
Yeah,
about to
absolutely, absolutely.
go
It's
into
like,
his backstory.
Pirates
Hi.
begin to snap their fingers. Ho.
yep,
Oh.
yep, yeah.
Tempest makes like a
We
sea
just
breeze.
got into town, mister, after a really hard voyage.
Traveled far from my home. And
You see, you see, Grass
Ah.
conjure like lights behind him, like ah.
Aaron falls into dancing.
I am a pirate king. Yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, at least all this is what Artemis, is imagining whenever he
Oh, yeah.
he does a speech like
Oh,
this. It's
yeah.
like he imagines that behind him
Oh,
there
yeah.
are lights and
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah.
snapping
I
and
love
like
musical pirate bard.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
Yeah.
One image.
autographical musical.
Still, Captain Meryl Pegsworthy looks at Artemis, narrows his eyes, and says, "Artemis Keen, Captain of the Wormwood."
Looks out over it and
Oh.
shrugs slightly.
The old bastard would certainly hate the sound of that. Any enemy of Harrigan is a friend of mine.
Well, Captain Pegsworthy, that is gladdening to hear. As I said, we have come here in search of fair winds, brighter skies, richer seas. It's been a long and arduous journey for me and my crew, and we are here resting up while we see if the old ship can be repaired or any other alternative can be achieved. So I take it that it was you and your crew that hunted the wormwood through that storm, then?
Yes, we've been hunting the Wormwood since Port Peril. Rarely see Harrigan come out in the open, and I wouldn't miss my chance when I saw it. Recently taken the Strix, there are nods towards it, and figured I would put her to use.
A Chilaxian pirate hunter, correct?
He nods. Few crews have the skill and discipline to deal with them, but me and mine, we were trained to do it.
Most
If-
impressive, good captain.
If I may
He
ask,
nods.
where and when did you capture it, and in which direction was it going at the time?
This is Praxi, my first mate.
He seems to approve of that. Says, well, good. You get the idea that he assumed that it was your Jinx Eater, but is happy to hear that it isn't.
That's the parrot.
Doesn't seem to
That's the
approve of the
Jinx
Jinx eating.
Parrot is farty
Doesn't.
Jinx eater right now.
Oh, that's the cheese eater.
So parrot cheese.
Yeah. Well, it was a while ago. We were sailing along the Northern Isles. captured her because of, well, I mean, you should see her up close. Beautiful vessel, fast, dangerous with those cannons on her. Makes her uncomplicated for many things, but good at a few things. In all honesty, even I might say that I'm glad you didn't have Harrigan with you. I never quite fancied facing that man in combat. Still, looks out as I'll count this as capturing the flagship.
Yeah.
That'll have to do.
Artemis smiles. Well, as it currently is, we sort of need that flagship, if nothing else, not to be marooned, or if worse comes to worse, pay our way.
Well, perhaps you should tell me your story then.
Tell your story. Absolutely. Hit it.
Up here.
Jazz hands behind.
Sit down with the peg leg.
All right,
on the
absolutely.
log, you know, as the various
Absolutely.
pirates will gather around.
Grass, could you take this parrot, please? It stinks. Thank you.
Smelly bird.
Rude.
Gabby will look at it. I'll take it.
You should go listen, Gabby. I'm sure it'll be good for you.
So you remember where we were?
All right. Yeah. No. Artemis. Artemis will tell the story. I suppose. I don't see there's any point to hide anything at this juncture here.
We might want to leave out any possible accusations of Harrigan working with the Chilexians, although maybe Artemis wants to see what he thinks. Either way works for me.
I am fine implying the strange, like he would imply that Harrigan seemed to have a new first mate of a oddly orderly disposition, and
his leather gloves creaked.
Exactly.
Errol also looks at the other mirrors like, is this guy really gonna go into this much detail?
Exactly, the creak, the sheen of sweat on his bare skin was caught in the moonlight, and I thought to myself,
his lips
exactly, Artemis, now is your chance, I said to myself.
I mean, there was also also the literal devils he summoned when we fought him.
Yes, they also have devils with them, which tipped us off that he might be Chilexian. No, we'll tell the story.
Mer sort of whenever you might say something like, "Oh yeah, but Harrigan has a fair reputation," he sort of shakes his head, you know.
No, he wouldn't like it.
Whenever you talk, some like, "Oh yeah, he's alive with the devil," he sort of nods gravely. I guess that makes perfect sense, you know. He's sort of.
Harrigan, of course, never explained to us exactly where he was going in such haste, and he did certainly fly like a bat out of hell, if the pun is to be permitted. Smiles winningly towards Captain Pegsworthy. But where he has gone, we don't know. After the seizure of the was a Rahadumian trading vessel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Rahadumian trading vessel, they sailed due west, I seem to recall, and we have nary seen him since.
A shame. Though, of course, it is like Harrigan to break with tradition and abandon ship when he knows it's doomed.
Well, the wormwood
would have caught you sooner or later.
Well,
too slow otherwise. Simply didn't want to pursue you through the storm. So.
No doubt. The wormwood is also in not the greatest condition. It is a small wonder we made it as far as we did, honestly. All thanks to the crew, of course.
Gabby will put up her hand, like in school.
yeah. Goblin school.
Gabby puts up her hand and immediately speaks like you do in Goblin School.
Yeah. This is Gabby, Master Gunner.
In Goblin School, you punch the teacher and then you speak over them.
Yes, I do believe that at least people have said that it is to be expected that he perhaps will try and reclaim like the figurehead or something, even if the wormwood is dismantled. I talked with some of the old crew and they were like, "No, yeah, this is his boat, I guess. Maybe you can get something out of that."
You know, I
Shucks.
taking what can be salvaged makes sense from a logical point of view. I would like to see that boat at the bottom of the sea. I'd like to get to
Well,
use
you
these
won't have to
cannons
wait
at least
long.
once.
I can almost guarantee you that it will be at the bottom of the sea in one shape or another. But as I told you, Captain Pegsworthy, we need her for the time being. It is a way to pay our way. That's not to be marooned on this island. We have paid the iron price for the vessel.
Yes, mutiny. As I understand it.
Artemis doesn't say anything,
Drugs.
just looks at him.
He shrugs.
Is it mutiny if the current captain sends you off to an island and then tries to shoot you down when you come back after having finished the mission he gave you?
Sounds
And
like a
then
bit of
you
a
defend
fool.
yourself?
Some will take it ill that you have mutinied before. Any new captain taking you on certainly have to think twice about your loyalties. But I'm not the sort to care. I'm not bound by the fancies of many of the sailors of these waters.
I feel like if people shoot a cannon at you, you're sort of allowed to defend yourself.
He shrugs. I mean, it'd be foolish not to, as I see it.
Right?
Though, Master Artemis, if you're so sure that the wormwood will end up at the bottom of the sea, you're simply waiting for it to be salvaged then. Is that correct?
That is correct. We have not judged it to be possible to repair it in any reasonable manner.
Well, how about this then for a deal? I would like to blast my cannons and see the wormwood sunk, once and for all. I would like to do that because when Harrigan hears that I've done so, he'll be infuriated. And honestly, the more bad days I can give that man, the better. In return, I can offer you, well, a lump sum, enough to keep you by, along with sort of glances towards the camp. Whichever ones of these souls are yours, I suppose. And then perhaps I will offer you a you can come with me. We are a bit short-staffed. After all, when we captured the ship, we split the crew. So we could use it for the journey ahead, and then so it looks as Artemis keen. Yes.
Correct.
Well, I'm going to Lillywhite for the rum festival there. I think perhaps you should come with me.
How so?
Well, for once, the town is delightful this time of year. The celebrations are raucous and a good place to get a name for oneself. Beyond that, it is a place where many crews look for new people to sign on. The festival was started by escaped slaves who celebrated their freedom, and, well, it's a place for people to rendezvous when they have escaped slavery. I would not say that's exactly you, but it doesn't sound too far from it, certainly. Beyond that, does the name Lentari mean anything to you?
Does the name mean anything to me?
That'd be pirate lore. Check for you. I think only really someone else could crit, but Artemis, you'd have a you don't remember that story.
Can I crit? No.
As long as
Not on top of my mind. No.
Well, Captain Lentori is someone I've met a couple times. Warwell is his name. I have it on good authority. He's looking for some additions to his crew for a bit of a venture. He has been very tight-lipped with what it is, but rumors fly. And they say he's looking for the... I'm not usually a gossip, Mr. Keen, but someone with that name deserves to know, I suppose. He was a young man then, but sailed on the crew of Jemeret Claw. In fact, I believe he was one of the few that came back from the last voyage.
Certainly interesting. I'm intrigued by your suggestion and your stories. Thanks, Worthy. But you must understand as well that me and the crew, we have just achieved our freedom. And to immediately sign up on another man's ship and once more sacrifice that freedom for something unknown, that is a big ask.
Yeah. He nods. Yes, well, it's a simple offer. I suppose I won't stop you from staying here, though. I think it'll be a better place to find your next step.
I would have to speak with the rest of the crew.
He nods. Of course. He frowns slightly. The idea of a crew without a ship is confusing to him. But, well. Consider it an offer at least. Mr. Keen.
Your offer is well received, but I need to think this over for a bit.
He nods. I will stay at least until the vessel has been salvaged.
Very good.
I should like to buy the hull, if nothing else, to sink it.
Yes, well,
Your
don't get too close. It's full of worms.
your offer
Frowns.
is well received, and selling you the whole. Yes, that seems reasonable. But as I said, I must consult with my officers.
I shall be at the main house then, for the time being.
Well, we shall
He
speak.
said, looks at the bird, having gotten a whiff of the scent. Should get that checked out.
It's the cheese. He likes the cheese.
I see. So I've never been a man for animals myself. She does a little brush on the bird on his shoulder. You know.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. They will withdraw, waving at their ship, probably to be like, yeah, no, don't shoot the cannons. You know.
Well,
Calm it down.
Artemis,
Leaving you to go talk to your crew or whatever else you wish.
We need a boat.
Artemis takes a deep sigh.
A ship.
Pulling the tricone down a little bit over his forehead as he thinks. All right. Everyone together.
Huddle.
Yeah, huddle.
Tempest waits for a good little while before coming out of the bush. Just to make sure.
Tempest, can you make a breeze away from here? Like find the parrots, perhaps?
Sticky bird.
Sure. Yeah, I'll activate my kinetic gate to.
I'm sorry, bird. It's not your fault. They fed to you.
A little bit of cheese.
Do you like candy?
Don't feed the bird anything weird.
Doesn't seem to know the word candy.
Well.
Artemis looks at the others. Well, you heard him. What do you think?
think he's right in the sense that we have to get away from here to really have a chance to get anywhere. It is likely going to be weeks. Well, probably going to be weeks until the next ship arrives.
Yes.
And
We just acquire
sh-
more debt.
yes, and a ship that needs repairs is no good for us either. We'd have to hope that coincidentally a ship arrives here that has captured another ship that they don't need and would be willing to sell, and also hope that we can somehow broker some sort of deal with the not money we have. I think transportation is necessary. Although I am very, very hesitant to work together with one of the three captains. I have concerns. If you're in that circle of people, then you're certainly not there because you are a nice person. That doesn't, however, mean that they can't be useful or even reliable, so I'm torn, but I think we should take the offer. We need transportation, he's offering it. Simple exchange.
There's also a rum festival.
Yes, there is a rum festival.
We need more crew and we need a ship. We need to get there or get somewhere to get those things.
There's a bigger chance of being able to steal a ship. Like, we don't want to burn, well, anything, but we also don't want to figuratively burn our bridges here, because this seems to be a pretty great place to get your illegal vehicle repaired. And, well, but like some rum boat, I don't know. Probably take one of those. Ship. Not a boat. We have a boat, right, Artemis?
Well, that's
For
that's
now.
debatable. But yes, ideally a
Looks too
ship.
hat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have a boat. That's right. We do have a boat if we need it. Artemis looks over to Tempest.
I share your concerns when it comes to our freedom, and I don't like the feeling of having just worked so hard for it only to end up back on another crew. I agree on that. However, I think the logistics of our situation has been pretty, just to like everyone else in the party, pretty well presented by the rest of the officers, and I don't have a good counter argument against it. Beyond that, I'll admit I am biased. The idea of a festival where pirates and people who have fought for their own freedom are congregating sounds like a very good place for me to try to recruit people to my people's cause and to the bold adventure of trying to plunder from a kraken. So I am keen to go to that rum festival no matter what we do. Beyond that, I think whatever else you say of a free captain and a man like that, he didn't have to offer us a handsome sum of money for the wormwood. That
No.
was generous. He could have just blown it up and marooned us here or killed us. That was
Left us.
Yes, that is also what is having me considering his offer more seriously. He didn't have to make that.
that was worthy of respect. And honestly, at this point, what other options do we have? We could wait and try and take, but stealing from Rickety Squib's customers always seemed like a only if we absolutely had to move. Now we don't.
Yes, I would
absolutely
absolutely
have
not
to.
suggest doing that.
No, and again, now we have an alternative.
I mean, there's a third option, although I will absolutely say that it is not a good or likely one. A ship arriving here in the future might also be able to offer us transportation against a fee. We did recently learn in the journal that apparently ships are being brought to Blood Cove to be sold. That at least means that they would be available over there, but it is not necessarily a place I'm eager to visit.
I think we rolled the dice here. I think we take the good Andorran renegade up on his offer. Let we see what luck the gods bring us. Perhaps, indeed, we can find a new ship in this, and close by this rum festival. Perhaps this other captain who is putting together some sort of venture would pay handsomely and even supply us with something if we help. We are few, yes, but we are experienced, and it is not easy to get so many so skilled people in one fell swoop. I think our value on such a market would be quite high.
Just wouldn't be a captain anymore. We would be crew again.
Yes.
Temporarily. And yes, I'm sure our many days of experience would sell well.
Artemis looks Prax up and down and says, "Don't sell yourself short, Praxu. I've seen you take down a giant wasp with one shot of a bow."
One of the good things about being at sea is there's not a lot of wasps.
True. Yes, you are right. I, of course, know my worth, and I suppose we are pretty good, the crew included. Yeah, you're right. I do have one thing to say, though. You say that Captain Pegsworthy made a good first impression, but I would generally be more wary of the person who is agreeable to you than the one openly wielding weapons. The latter, at least, the motivations are clear on display. Here, we have to assume that you probably made a good first impression, a trustworthy one, and presumably, since his dislike for Harrigan is so strong, he sees us as an enemy of my enemy is my friend situation. There is, however, a dozen other reasons why he might want us to come within, including, but not limited to, potentially using us as bait, because Harrigan will be very much pissed at us. That said, it does seem more likely that he is, in fact, offering exactly what he's offering. So, yeah, my thoughts are still that we take him up on his offer.
If we had another reasonable offer or path forward that didn't involve us sitting here waiting for something to happen, I might be more inclined to distrust him. The problem here is that Harrigan knows of this place, and he knows if he is looking for the wormwood, he might very well come looking here. This is a way of shaking the trail.
He also, however, knows that this place is frequented by the three captains. The chance that one of them is here when he comes looking is not zero. I think it is unlikely he will arrive anytime soon. But yes, you're absolutely right. Our options are limited. We have exactly one option on the table this very second. It seems tempting enough.
If the best we can hope for is getting the same deal from someone else, maybe in a long time, then it's not really even an option, isn't it?
And of all the people to come to pick us up, it is an Andorran renegade. It could be worse.
It sounds like it is decided then.
Yes, First Mate Praxu. The last thing we need is for him to catch us in a lie. So I think Tempest will take, I don't know if we have any like hats or pins or whatever, and just like chuck it at Praxu. Or not chuck it, but underhand toss.
Should we
Your First Mate now. The last thing we need is for him to find out Artemis lied to him.
I mean, what Artemis says is the truth by definition
Exactly.
as far as it comes to crew positions.
Exactly.
I don't need to be dressed differently. In fact, I'm quite fond of my fashion choices.
Fair enough.
I actually completely forgot that Prax was sailing master.
Well, I'm First Mate too now. You said I should believe in myself. I believe I can successfully fill two positions.
Puts a second hat on
that's
top
one
of
way
his
to
first
manifest.
hat.
Well, it's very easy to navigate our ship right now, so
I thought he was second First Mate, but sure.
Second First Mate.
Second.
Vice first mate. Vice mate.
I mean, I would honestly, I wouldn't have said. I actually believe that Praxis was the first mate in my mind, but I would have called him sailing master.
If Praxis the first mate in your mind, then I guess that's what it is. That's all.
No, I would have called him sailing master. It's fine. Tempest can be the first mate.
I honestly think it's the hat. The hat that really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The rest of us need hats.
Oh, for sure.
Everyone needs a
just
hat.
imposing.
Alright, well,
No, Tempest. Of course, if Artemis says so, then you are in fact the first mate. I have no objections, nor opinions, honestly.
Well,
As long as we're successful.
it was hard.
Should-
It was hard to say that my first mate was skulking in the bushes, ready to kill.
Yes, but that's exactly my point. Perhaps that is a more natural fit. If I'm going to be, covering your backs instead of engaging in the social interactions like this in the future, which seems to be where our group naturally fits into place, then maybe that just is the better option.
Well,
But that's a conversation to just keep open.
yeah, we shall see, Tempest. Once we have an actual ship to command, we will have to sort this out more permanently. Now, we need to speak with the crew and explain the situation
Yes.
and that we are going aboard.
well,
Again. This way over and basically talk to the crew.
Yeah.
Be like, all right, people, listen up.
Might learn a lot.
Yeah, I mean they're
Not ideal, but it is possibly the best road forward.
a lot of them are honestly just well inclined. They're happy to hear that they might be able to get a job on the same ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look at these people. Look at this crew.
Adventures
also
and-
that they're
they wanna
not
stick
pirate
together.
hunters who
That's
want to
nice.
kill us right now. You
Look
know,
look at these
Hey.
guys. We can't part with any of these. They're all critical to our success. Look at them.
They are, yeah.
Except maybe Jack Scrimshaw. He can kind of.
He's
Hey,
good
come on,
with
man.
money, which is a talent that we are going to need once we
Listen, when
get
we're
all that
desperate,
glorious treasure.
somebody needs to be the buffer between.
He's good at cheating. That's a difference.
He is
Don't worry.
smart and lacks social skills. But,
ambitious.
Well,
Such
Praxis,
a redeeming quality.
Mm-hmm. Praxis sees himself in Jack Scrimshaw. I see.
Reminds me of a younger
he
me.
needs to get better at
Yeah.
snapping if he
He's-
wants to have a voice
He's just
here.
misunderstood. Be nice to him.
No, Gabby has
Wow.
already spotted Scrimshaw as someone who might needs to be bullied at one point.
Maybe he'll say, maybe we should
Mhm.
find like some fighting ring where Gabby could fight. We could earn money doing that.
Yeah, you'll
Set
set up the betting.
Lose a couple, win a couple fights, maybe
Uh-huh.
5 in a row, and
Are
then
you at the bar? Did you bet on me? I hope you didn't bet on fish, whatever, Fips.
oh no, I would have. I don't even know, but it just looked like the kind. I mean, then we get people really excited, and you win and win and win. And then suddenly we bet against you
What?
when the odds are really in our favor, and you just happen to fall and lose the match and
We
I've heard this stuff before.
make many times our income.
Except the other act was that I should be really pathetic and look like a horrible, scuffed up goblin.
all
And
right.
then I would end up beating them senseless. I like that better. Can we do that instead?
I mean, either way, really. Suppose we win.
this might not be the right time to plan for
Oh,
a con
Alright.
like this when
All right, crew.
we have other pressing matters.
This is our new member, Cheese, the parrot. Don't feed it any.
There's
And
cheese.
yeah,
No, it's
She's the parrot.
fromage.
fromage.
It's fromage.
No,
I thought his name was Pretty Bird.
No, fromage. This
Name's
is the 11th
actually,
of his name.
Fromage the parrot.
if you go to
Rothgott?
old Riggedy here, he'll
Yeah.
say, "Oh, it's old Rock God. Yes, I thought we'd gotten rid of him."
Rock on.
Rot
I thought we ate him.
Oh, rot gut.
God.
Something wrong with that bird.
Well,
Don't let it get near anything fermented. It gets worse. Very runny.
oh,
oh.
oh
Yeah.
no.
Puts
He
the
doesn't
legumes
stop
away.
himself.
well, it's a good thing he's the captain's.
Uh,
The captain has a bird on his shoulder, and then all the way down on the back of the shoulders.
Well,
Good.
he belonged to
Captain
your
Grass.
man, and well, your man has now transferred ownership, right? So
Oh yes. Yeah. I just if you leave him here, I'll cut your pay.
We'll take him. Good
You,
news
you
first.
take that thing away from me. Oof.
I see.
Good news, first mate Tempest. You have a mission now. It is to wipe the runny bird if it poops on my shoulder.
Oh,
Use the water to spray them. Yep. Maybe
Oh
maybe
no! I
forgive
used the wind.
Get used to
It
getting
came
jets of water
everywhere.
in your face.
like no well maybe if you give the bird a really good enema, you know.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Never
Put-
heard of a
You know what?
parrot.
I'm
Put your finger
I'm
in there and
happy
let's
I'm
see.
no longer first mate.
Just flush the bird.
That guy runs. He's never moved so fast.
Oh.
It's like it's all
We should
worth it. That
address
guy
the
died.
crew
Who
though and
cares?
say everyone should pay attention keenly while we're on the voyage. We're not just passengers. We're
No.
expected to work, and we have a lot. There's a lot that we could learn
Yes.
from. They're not just excellent pirate hunters, but also trained sailors from civilization. This is an opportunity that we should
Pirate
seize advantage of.
Yes, absolutely. See, a boot camp.
See their techniques. Yeah.
Yes, very, very good advice.
Yes, while all this fascinating crew talk is going on, Grass would like to see what indeed is wrong with this parrot.
Checks under
It's
the
like
hood.
poking it in the tummy.
I mean, I have
Yeah.
the skills, so
Yeah.
Diagnose him.
Bird
Ah.
surgery.
Diagnose the parrot.
yeah, look.
Oh.
Yes.
It just seems like he has chronic IBS.
That's great.
He's just has a bad time of it. But beyond that, he's a nice bird. I mean, he's clearly loving, caring. Right now, he's grieving the loss of one friend
Aw.
who probably didn't like him much and threw rocks at him. But
What?
you know, but he's
No.
so caring. And now at last, the friend was okay with him cuddling. And now Grass seems okay with him. So now he sort of hangs out with Grass and yeah, he should probably be on a very strict diet, but he loves food and doesn't love not eating cheese and dates and
Yeah,
fermented
that's fine.
fruit.
We'll whip him into
Fish.
shape soon enough. Very strict dietary plans so you don't shit all over the boat more than you
Mhm.
normally
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
The unloved bird in his life. He's
Aw.
Well,
never really had anyone who sort of cared about him that deeply. Most people just sort of yelled at him and threw stuff at him. But
What?
yeah, I'm sure all of you feel bad
Yeah,
now.
you can tell by
Yeah, I was
everything it
gonna
was
say
yelling.
it's like a goblin bird. I see.
but you can abandon him here. I mean, you have to think if you just
No,
left him
well,
with some cheese or something and then left like real quick, he might be distracted and not be able to follow you.
that's fine. As
We
long
also
as
work
he's
on
fed the right
goblins.
things, he's just like any other parrot.
No, he seems very good at learning to speak.
Yeah, that's good.
Hmm.
Teach him a few things.
Yes, I definitely can
Alright.
teach.
In that case, we will report. We will Ricky the Squibs will get the figurehead, and the payment for that.
Oh yes.
And then we will sell the stripped out remains to Captain Pegsworthy for him to blast into pieces.
Yes, he will offer you 1,000 pieces of silver.
100 gold, huh?
Mhm.
Yikes.
Huh. I mean, it's
It's-
basically it's debris at this point. I mean, you're getting
Yeah, I
all
was
the
gonna
gold
say
for
it's
nothing.
Yeah.
worms.
It's 100 gold for a
No.
ship he's gonna blow up either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
It's
Take
pretty
it.
good.
Fine.
More than we
but,
expected to
That's
get.
Yeah.
Reedy Hake will offer you 80 gold pieces for the all the bits he's cut off.
180.
180
There we go.
gold into the chest.
How much is a ship anyway? Like a normal ship?
Depends.
10,000 gold.
It's hard to. Not 10,000. That would be very expensive.
Just a few lives.
But,
It's fine.
a few thousand for a big one,
All right.
depending
Wow.
on where you buy them and if it's used or not, and what sort of modifications it has and whatnot.
Yeah.
But for a good
Sounds fine.
hull, a few thousand would do.
Alright, sounds like we should keep this money and just obtain a ship somewhere.
Can I can't add money to the stash.
You can add just add the more onto the. Oh wait, no, I can't. Oh,
No, we can't.
it's
Why
locked.
not?
We do not have permission to edit anything in it.
I think we can take
Maybe
things
it's just
out and put
coin.
things in, but not create things in there.
Or change quantity.
I'll do it like this
Players.
then. You shall do it like this.
You can give your character the gold and then
Yeah.
drag
And
it
then
over.
toss it over.
Nope.
That has
There we
worked
go.
before, at least.
Nope, I can't drag.
What?
Wait, maybe. Yes.
Okay, about to say.
So I think this works.
We've done that before, so.
There we
surely
go. Ka-ching.
Hooray. All that for me.
Carefully closing the chest. Well, it's enough to keep us fed for a while, certainly. Can't
Yeah.
imagine food prices are very high in the rum festival, you know.
They're kind of high here, but Briggity Hake did offer you to if you did this favor for him, you'd get your food. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you can also go get the boars.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you'll send some people up to get the boars. No, they're not dangerous anymore.
No.
Old fish guts would like to harvest some crabs.
Oh, of course.
Crabs.
Yeah, take some of the crew. Go and get some crabs.
That sort of thing. So, it'll be just a couple days, you know.
Yeah.
Just stay here. What do you do for the sort of couple days of downtime? Is there any particular things you want to do, like move runes or the like, if you have the skills for that, crafting?
We had that. Did we do the one from the dagger that we picked up? Is that
Yeah.
done now? Great. Awesome.
Do you have any runes to move like that?
Don't think so.
I don't hold any weapons or such that have anything. Just have a normal rapier.
Yeah, I don't have anything either.
Flying kite, playing with ball. All right.
I've never bored. You know, but Gabby would also like to try and not that she's gonna be any good at it, but ask some of the local people, like, cause when they're not working, like, are there any good local fruits? Are there stuff that I should look out for? Trying to glean stuff to put into barrels.
Coconut. I was like, there's lots of coconuts around. That's generally what grows here. Beyond that is actually not known for having a lot of edible stuff.
Can she harvest coconuts then?
Yeah, she can climb up and cut them down.
I was gonna say she can definitely climb up there.
It's not against her skill set.
Yes. So once she finds this out, the ball and the kite will be lovingly packed into the backpack.
We're gonna brew that hideous coconut liquor, Malibu.
Gonna be fermented coconut juice.
Yeah. Oh, Rickard loves it.
No, he can't have any.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
A strict diet.
Only full wheat crackers.
Yeah. Lots of grains and
Bird food? Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
or bird.
Food for an actual bird? Yeah. That's right.
He'd like nothing less. Yeah. Some pork rinds or something. Yeah.
You know what? It's not gonna be this bad once we're at sea. He can have some cheese when we're at sea.
No.
He can sit
only
up in
during
the
Highlands.
mast. You know.
Don't stand downwind from him because you're gonna get shit all over your face.
But someone has prestidigitation, right?
No, I don't think
yeah.
anyone has that.
Oh.
There's no arcane magician
I was gonna
here.
say,
So,
is there anyone in this game?
I mean, oh wait, I do have it. Never mind. Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Oh,
I
thank
think
God.
you
Abby
actually
can
clean
fit
things.
into a bucket. She can wear it like a helmet.
Don't
and,
tell them that, Grask.
Oh no, that's for myself.
Excellent.
If for some reason this part relapses, it will not be because of me, and so you must suffer for it.
Excellent.
I guess Artemis will, generally mingle with the crew, just be social about it. He might look in a little bit on the dismantling and everything, trying to understand ship crafting, stuff like that. Just and maybe talking a little bit here to Rickety about old legends and pirates and whatnot. Basically, just it doesn't have any good shanties. Yeah, or maybe even talk to some of Pegsworth and his crew. It's a cultural exchange.
Yeah, some good old gathering of rumors.
Yeah, well, we can just say, when I was aboard the Bearded Whore under Captain Ella, who famously fought the Kraken that one time. It was a bright morning. It seems like he has a couple
Got some
tales, but he
sugar
really
for
likes
the
that
apples
one,
there.
Read that
and
one.
is old
yeah.
enough that he tells it slowly and with a lot of like. And that was then when he came, and that
Yes.
was the brother to that
Yeah.
other
Mhm.
woman I
Yeah.
was telling you. Who actually, it was a very fun story. Who knew a
Yes.
fisherman's wife once and had a child in the city of Gwent.
I
Travel.
Which was
identify
my
this.
neighbors.
I identify myself with this a lot because I do exactly the same when I tell
Yeah.
stories.
He does a lot of that, and he seems to enjoy telling the story more than people like listening to. Right, so you should do him the favor of listening. He seems to. It's a good way to get on his good side.
Oh, fair enough.
The mariners of Pecksworthy's crew, they seem like a pretty serious lot. They sort of treated like they're at work most of the time. They're a disciplined group, clearly military trained, and sort of naval personnel. It's clear that they feel wronged by the world and society, and that they're simply reclaiming what they're owed for their services to the country anyway. Asking sort of more specifically about what sort of things they've done, it seems like all of them, even some of them are from the Shackles, but have sort of been trained since then, like being brought along. But some of them still have come from and or themselves years and years back with the captain as defectors from the Navy. They were apparently slave hunters, but on the other side of Garund, from stopping slave galleys near the coasts of Kadapesh and Kilesh. So they're sort of come to the Shackles, but haven't really found it that much to their liking. They find that there's a lot of slavery and sort of shitty people around, and it seems like Meryl Pecksworthy has taken a bit of a sort of a radical stance, and that if he just kills all the prospective free captains that might like that sort of thing, then he can change the political landscape.
Democracy.
Go around to sort of slay the slavers.
Nice.
Your crew, I believe, is generally opposed to slavery.
Just gonna
There's
say.
people that are here.
Yeah.
Some people don't really care, and
Like,
some
don't be
people
a dick.
do care. So,
How many coconuts can I gather?
many, more than you can carry in your goblet hands.
I can get a bag or a barrel.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can have enough for trying to craft alcohol without.
Yes, you can
trouble.
gather enough
Great.
coconuts to try to craft. I mean, you're going to an alcohol festival, right? Of Kate and Kaylian, even. If you don't know about Lily White, you can
Aren't
mark it on the map.
all alcohol festivals like off Caden?
Well, you don't know of any that aren't. Doesn't mean they don't exist.
That's fair.
If you look at the map, you'll be able to see the mark for Lillywhite, I believe. The town that was suggested you go to. A small town, founded by slaves, basically, that crashed onto the shore. Story goes that the slave ship sort of sailors got so drunk that they all fell into a stupor, and the slaves could simply rise up and take over. Thanking Caden for his blessings of the slavers getting so drunk, they built a town and celebrated him, because it happens to have one thing nearby, which was good lumber and sugarcane, which you can use to make rum. So they did, and have prospered ever since.
Very nice.
Yeah, and they have rather frequent alcohol-based festivals.
Looks
Good place to
very
sell
far
alcohol
away.
if you capture a ship that has a bunch of it. Lots of drinking contests, brewing contests, and good place to recruit crew as well, if you're looking to do that.
Excellent.
So over there.
Yeah, Tempest would like to sort of, chinwag with our crew and their crew as well. Not nearly as charismatic as Artemis, but would like to just sort of swap stories, and will frequently sort of show off the steadfast grapple, and will ask, basically just tries to want to say, is this a unique item, or is this something you can get lots of, or can you get bigger ones? And try to just see what people know about that.
Well, it certainly is good. It's not something that people have seen before. I mean, none of your own crew particularly have a great deal of magical skill, and certainly not do the crew of Meryl Pecksworthy. They'd need to see it demonstrated and say, well, that's a very useful grapple,
Yeah.
Certainly. But they don't know of anything like it. Really, the cannons is more in their line. None of them are classically trained with cannons. That's not what sort of Andoran typically has access to. But Shalaxians use them down here mostly, not so much up north. Specifically to strike in the Shackles, because some of the pirates have begun trying to acquire it. It is said, however, that the Hurricane King keeps a somewhat tight hold on the gunpowder production.
Oh, I see.
Yes, his ships are known to have it because apparently he's rich enough that he doesn't care to capture anything. He just wants to enforce his sort of rule, right?
Except if he gets a strict ship, I guess.
I mean,
capture that.
Captain Merrill will probably speak aloud if someone's around and talking of the Hurricane King. He'll say, well, he's he's one of the worst of them, really. Terrible person. Could never have the. If you weren't ambitious enough to call yourself captains even before having a ship, I would wish you would never meet him. Kurdak Bonefist is a brute. I would call him probably a monster. But more than that, he's not really doing anything to earn his coins anymore. His whole fortune now is built by, well, the workings of harbor fees for Port Peril and the tribute sent from Sagawa to the south. If you live from the payments of slave plantations, even if it is tribute, I don't really consider you worth my time. Now, mind you, of course, Kurdak would blow me to smithereens if I actually said that to him. But I can say to you.
Gabby nods. Yeah, I mean, that's...
A man is immortal, however, so...
Gabby looks to the others. Is that well known?
Well, Artemis is from Port Peril, right? So.
Just be immortal.
Give me like a
Well,
pirate lore check or Shackles lore check. That also works.
I don't have any of those.
19?
Yeah, you are from the Shackles, even so from Port Peril, that is. Yeah, Critic Bonefist hasn't aged in 40 years or so.
Oh.
He just doesn't get older. That said, you probably haven't actually seen him, Artemis, because you're not really young enough to remember him being out. He has a castle on an island off the coast of Port Peril, and he doesn't really leave.
Oh.
He mostly just stays there, and the ships that sail under his flag are sailed by sort of his people rather than himself. He has indeed
Sees the
stopped
means of production.
sailing around. Word is that he teleports when he needs to go someplace,
Well,
but
What?
but no one
So
really
he's not a
sure.
real pirate. He's just a capitalist.
The
Damn.
best pirates of them all.
a pirate tycoon.
He
Yeah.
used to be a ruthless monster of a pirate
Like,
who took
lost
on
his way.
Several Chilaxian ships and like beat them
All right.
in a straight up
Damn.
fight. He's in like slugging it out. That's what he's good at and has always been good at. Beyond that, he began using the gun prodigiously, and then sort of even is known to use pistols himself, knowing how to handle it. Beyond that, though, the most well-known thing is that he's surrounded himself by very competent people.
I mean,
Who sort of
so have I.
run the Shackles, right? Beyond that, of course, he's surrounded by sycophants as well, who sort of like to.
Oh.
At least that's what Meryl will say. Oh, some people they show up to the meetings of the free captains and they just spit the whole thing, sort of licking his shoes, and then they leave at the end of it, hoping to get something out of it.
And how many of the other three captains would you say share your viewpoint?
I'd say a handful. We're probably about 5. Each of us having multiple ships in our command. But Tessa Fairwind, she's the well, what she says goes, you see. If Kurdag Bonefist is the leader of the old order, Tessa is the commander of the new way.
He sounds like a person worth supporting.
She is. And everyone who has Shackles lore would have heard of the name Tessa Fairwind. She's become known as the most daring and somehow luckiest pirate of the seas. Every story you ever hear is of her doing something that is just outrageously daring to the point of almost being stupid, and then somehow pulling it off anyway. Challenging the fastest ship to a race, and then winning somehow by using a spell to throw her own ship like a javelin over an island or something like that.
Well,
or going in and doing like a riddle game with the Sphinx and then tricking it to win the big treasure and such.
It's just an avatar of Desna having
So
fun.
either-
Whenever
yeah, I was
she
gonna say, either
does
she's really
these
good-
ventures, less so sort of raiding ships and taking them over, and more sort of hearing about a legendary treasure or something, and then going and getting it, or a tower that appears only once every year or something,
sure.
and then sort of goes questing for it, and somehow wins. She generally, most people, Meryl will say, that support her nowadays are people she has bested in some contest they thought they were sure to win at some point. He'll find out what you're good at, then challenge you in that discipline and beat you.
Yeah.
And more so, he'll say. She's been doing it since she was a teenager.
Wow.
I don't know if all the stories are true, but
I was gonna say,
the ones I do know are true. They're enough for me.
in my mind, it's like, okay, either she's super awesome or like blessed by Desna, or she writes fan fiction a lot. It's like, it could be both, but like,
Well,
I mean, I've heard some of the stories that Artemis tells about his adventures, and
she's also the pirate lord of Quent.
Is that up there on the map? I see 2 rum glasses, or like
Yes, that is
yes.
correct.
See, look at that.
It is.
Two
It is
cat
where the greatest
signs.
temple of Callistria is in the Shackles.
Hmm.
A city of sweet vengeance, and fairly sizable one. So.
All right. Fair enough.
But yeah, he's supportive of it. Says actually most of the people on Motaku Island, which is that sort of big one there, most of the captains on Motaku Island at this point support Tessa.
Okay.
And whatever dark deals Kerdeg made to keep his bone hand and to live forever, Tessa's going to challenge him someday.
Oh, that'll be
Then
a
there will be a
contest.
fight, and then we will have a new Hurricane Queen.
Oh, well. What a time to be alive.
Bit of
So
pirate
Chance that
where?
happens at the festival.
So
That would be a spectacle.
where was Rum Island here?
Rum
Uh,
Island?
Lily
On
White
Motaku
Island.
Island, this one here.
Otaku Island.
It is Motaku Island.
Okay.
Yes, not Otaku.
All right, sure.
Also known as
No,
Japan.
that's down
Let's not
here.
go there. I
Yes,
refuse.
Weeb Isles.
No,
Weeb
you mean over here would be where that is. That is the
Yeah.
shogunate.
Give me that
So,
one samurai just standing.
Yeah.
While you were pirating, they learned to use the blade.
All right.
He's called Blood
Very
something,
nice.
I bet.
Samurai Son.
The Ushinawa Isles.
Notice me, Isles. Okay. Well, that's quite far away, actually.
It is, yes. They will sail up this way, through the Hellmouth here, and then north here.
Oh, but we were gonna apply the Fever Sea for riches. Oh,
There's no riches in the Fever Sea.
no.
Oh, there's just fever and ghouls.
But
Yeah. Mosquitoes.
Go through a
wasps.
hellmouth and go to a rum festival.
yeah,
The
I
real
know.
money, he'll say, the real wealth is to become strong, powerful, and then affect political change upon
Oh,
Shackles.
fucking Andorran.
Be
Shut
part
up.
of the change you want to see in the world.
Gabby, it's like he was so cool until he says this, and it's like, all right, well,
Join our youth group. You're like, oh, for fuck's sake.
As a free captain, part of the tithe from Sagawa does go to my ships, and I could not accept that unless I used that money to.
Yeah.
Good for you.
A man could dream of plying the seas, but yeah, off we go to a rum festival.
Yeah.
I'm sure great value is there.
Yeah.
At least we
The
have
rum
safe
festival.
passage on this nice Shalaxian pirate hunter.
And no one really wants to mess with it.
It has 7 cannons.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It does have 7 cannons.
Can we learn how cannons
Beautiful.
work on the ship?
Could certainly try to.
Yeah, I want to understand.
Get a good reason to pick additional lore engineering.
Lore cannon.
Lore cannon specifically.
Yeah,
Cannoneering.
cannoneering.
Cannoneer, yeah.
Gunpowder lore.
Yeah.
That could be very useful. Yeah.
Yes. The next scene, I think, as we sort of skip those days ahead, is you boarding the Strix, right,
Yes.
alongside with the crew. Then
Stuff.
Yes.
they would be left behind.
Fare ye well, rickety squibs.
Until next time.
Undoubtedly.
Jack Scrimshaw is certainly excited by the prospect of people he hasn't played with before. He already has outlasted his goodwill at Rickety Scripts. People there are a bit tired of him. It
He's
happens
better in small doses.
to the best of
that's
us,
true.
I'll say. But yeah, let's move on to the Strix and get sailing once more.
This captain is so rich, surely his crew is too, which means there's money to be made. I understand where he's coming from here.
Streaks.
It looks so nice.
Hmm. Gonna reload. I'm stuck on a gray screen.
Yeah, same. Just to disconnect.
It sucks that it happens semi-frequently, but
Yeah, something you can do at any point, Mankai, is if you right-click on a map, you can force a preload. So even if the map is still invisible, you can force us to load it already.
oh, that would be clever. Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's very,
There's that
very
functionality.
useful. Yeah.
They just have to begin stalling. Yes, you're on your way, but not yet.
Yes, the 7 cannons have 48 cannonballs each, which of course is a total of.
Oh, look at
Should
this
all
ship.
be
It's much
remembering this
nicer.
stuff.
Still waiting for
There's
it.
11 cannonballs in each box, from what I've counted. So, unless they're very tall, in which case there could be more. In each there seems to be 8.
Oh, very important questions that we have to answer while people are loading.
Yes. They're about the map. I was gonna say I see red explosive barrels, so I don't want to stand anywhere near those.
It's gunpowder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think these people ever shoot the cannon at the back to go faster?
Do they
Not-
rocket jump along the
Not
shackles?
sure that's how it works.
Fire!
Here comes the Strix. Can hear it coming.
Everyone, blow wind.
Yeah. Put the parrot in the
Blow
back.
back.
Put the parrot in the back. Squeeze.
Blow into the sails.
Yep.
Push the mast. Push the mast forward.
Well, I have heard that in Numeria there are large cylindrical objects that just shoot a big cannon on the back to fly.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
What?
This is a nice ship.
A very nice ship, yeah. Was there any particular ceremony as the wormwood got blasted to smithereens, or?
Yes, that's what I was waiting for you guys to get here.
Yes.
Yeah, as he will have a couple of his people go there and basically see that it's almost sort of it's bad. Still,
Oh yeah.
they will raise the sails and maneuver it, the tattered sails, since they're not going to use new ones, and maneuver it just out of the bay to do it outside of the actual harbor. There, I don't want to mast or something to scratch ships coming in.
Yeah.
That'd be bad for business, and also to make sure the worms don't spread. Apparently, they don't like salt water, so sort of takes care of itself that way. But indeed, he will gather around, and even gather you all and say, "So you had a gunner, did you? Do you want to take the first shot?"
Oh,
All right.
She looks out and says,
we're being wined and dined, boys.
All right.
Oh no.
Master Gabby. Shoot as you
Go
please,
this,
as Artemis stands with like one hand inside his vest, looking out.
You know what? You
Yeah.
talked about paperwork at one point, but you're back.
There you go, Gabby.
Pray for
I'm
Gabby.
so happy for you. This is your moment.
As Mara's not watching.
My fire when ready.
So what do I roll?
Well, I mean, the cannons actually don't. You generally roll an attack roll for the ship to fire them, but with these kinds of cannons, they're sort of mounted siege weapons, so it actually mostly is the reflex save of the person being targeted by the cannon.
Oh, Great. Even
It
Gabby
is,
can do it.
Yes.
It
I'm
is.
sure
It is
the
using
War
full
was
steel
replayed.
balls. They are not explosive ones. He doesn't have a lot of those, but he will use the first one as one to make sure the ship actually goes down. So it's a big round little heft where it's filled with gunpowder. So the idea is to blast it out, strike the ship, where it will explode, and to punch a massive hole in Wormwood. He'll sort of stand there. Say, well, I think, men, we've all looked forward to this day. When the ship of Harrigan, though sadly without him on it, will be brought down to the depth. Bismarck saw fit to bring us this ship, and now we will do her will and use it. Not a man who clearly is a very devoutly follower of Bismarck, but this is her holy land, and anyone who isn't a complete fool pays her a decent amount of respect. So, Gabby, was it?
That's
You
the
may
Gabby.
fire at
Yes.
will.
Careless.
Careless whisper, yes.
The two mariners will step on either side. One of them grabbing
Slow
the sort
motion.
of
He grabs it.
one of
Falls
them
up,
grabbing the
it's like,
powder, the other one handling the cannonballs. Putting it in there. They've clearly drilled this, like sort of sticking like a little thing in to push it back in, packing the powder, and then giving Gabby a torch with which she could sort of light the fuse.
There's a brief moment of doubt in Graf's face as Gabby's eyes are like locked onto the torch and the cannon.
The guidance is definitely Grass like going closer, like we're getting ready to intervene.
Yeah.
I think in a moment, Gabby feels that fascination of fire and explosion that at one point any goblin has felt. And yeah, she just looks at the fire, looks at the cannon, just slowly. I mean, it's not slowly she does it, but in her mind, it's like slowly the music is playing.
Mm.
See the like black powder, and then the huge. I guess the cannon moves back, sort of.
Oh yeah, no, you should not stand behind it.
Am I being told that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh, that's the
would
guy.
Gabby know that?
Someone like pulls her back, like
Whoop.
whoop.
Just a little step there. Yeah, it fires. Flysoar smashed it through the side of the wormwood, into the place where you all would be sleeping if it was sailing, and then detonates up through the top of the hole.
Yeah.
Fire starts, and the guy next to it just grabs a cannonball, puts it in there. Guy push it in, and sort of, new fuse. It takes like a little bit for them to load it. However, in the meantime, two of the others have loaded down to the other side. We'll step back, as Meryl steps forward. Now, you can. When Harrigan comes for you, I hope to be nearby. I want to tell him this personally. You will also know that he has purchased the front figurine.
Oh, he did.
From yes, a trophy. He's going to parade around.
Yeah, I figured you would.
To provoke the guy as much as possible.
No, it's good. I mean, this is good because it pulls Harrigan's attention to this guy, not to us.
A few more salvos. Everyone gets to try if they want to.
Oh, yes, please.
It's therapeutic, really.
Yeah,
I could have done this to my past.
How do these elements work together to?
How can fire undo stone?
Alchemist powder.
I don't
leans
understand.
over the powder.
These aren't my elements. I just it works. That's all I need to know.
Metal and fire.
A new age dawns.
There's a little bit of that as he looks at these marvelous things he owns.
Yeah, Tempest will definitely fire a cannon at the wormwood.
Hey, these things are going to change the world.
Fuck that shit.
Alchemy. Falconstar.
Yes.
Brought here years ago by refugees from the war over there.
Yes.
You got Powder Alley in Port Peril.
Gabby's Rocks. Yeah, sure, whatever.
Honoris would know it as
History.
the place his uncle said for him not to go. Don't go to Powder Alley.
Yeah, a bad place to go.
Yeah, they robe in young men to all sorts of dark sorcery.
Oh yes, yes.
Yes.
School. That is.
Was my uncle? He's old school, right? He's not for
Yeah,
cannons. He's like
no, he doesn't trust it.
yeah,
Yeah.
newfangled
That right.
Aye,
technology.
that be for the Hurricane King alone. Let him.
That rivalry between the magical diagonally often gets very hot.
Yes.
Or Diagon Alley. Whatever that Harry Potter place is called.
Die from a gun alley.
Hey.
Just Die Alley.
Diaphragm alley.
Die alley. That's like
we
any
sing a
alley.
lot.
in
We
the
have
Blood
learned
Code,
how to
you know?
boil gold from human blood. They're good people, though.
You seem like a strapping young man. Why don't you come with me here?
Learn how to make death. We can train you and then sell you to some captain.
At high levels, I can take a song that is so good that I kill with it. It's called like Fatal Aria.
Known as the song of "It Was Worth It."
Yeah, it's basically just a howl of the banshee I can do. Very good.
With the wormwood well and thoroughly sunk to the bottom of the sea, the trophy taken, and surely Harrigan seething, absolutely seething, mutiny sinking allowing his rival to sink his flagship and defacing it. Just but what more can you do to wound him from this distance?
She shouldn't have let it go. Honestly, his own fault.
Yeah.
Enough that Grog sort of just a sign of Besmara when she sees the explosions. She says, "Well, if Harrigan captures us, I think we all know he would remove all your limbs, yet keep you alive, and then hang you on one of his meat hooks. Just have you there for, well, ever."
Oh, let's make sure he never does that.
Yeah, sure. That's sounds on. I've seen him do it too.
Oh yeah, no, I do believe you. It's I will underscore to you with all my soul and heart that my fullest intention is to never see Harrigan again, and if we do, either he dies or we die. That seems to be the cause of all of this. Or we run away, I suppose, if we have a fast enough ship.
Yeah, Grog nods. Yeah, so I mean, you come down. We'll tap a keg and then we'll stop thinking about it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We got some trauma to drink away.
Yes. Lots of trauma.
Now we don't even have to sail the ship. Just... That said, the mariners here generally appreciate the help. They have a little bit of a hard time integrating with the crew. They're clearly very drilled and sort of doing things by the book, while the crew here more sort of each has their own way of getting things done.
Yeah.
A few conflicts become apparent. Over time, people having done things differently, assuming one thing from the other. It's not a great mix, really. Some of the older pirates here taking a bit of offense to being corrected by these younger mariners who went to school for it and the Naval Academy and whatnot.
School.
There's sort of a practical knowledge hitting theoretical knowledge, and well, my bones says it'll be a hard win tomorrow. Generally, though, the sailors of Pexworthy's crew seem to be a very good quality. And those of you who did well in your sailing lore check would also know he's well known for having a crew that's other free captains haven't really messed with him coming up because they know it's an old naval crew, and That means they can all fight. Like there's none of those sort of people who are just here to sail. They're actual, Marines, and secondly, they all stick together and they know what they're doing. They're drilled and they can dish it out. You can be sure of that. Well, if you get a pirate crew, you can be fairly certain half of them aren't sort of good at everything.
Gabby
It's a rough
takes
life.
note, Yes. All needs to fight.
Tempest, during our downtime at some point, when things are chill, or like, we're not in the middle of things, would like to very quickly speak to Captain Pegsworth if
Oh, sure.
that's at all
Yeah.
possible.
You'll have plenty of chances.
Yeah. Yeah. So
It's a bit of a journey.
yeah, when the captain looks like he's relaxing, we'll sort of approach and wait to be acknowledged.
Sure. He'll look at you, just wave you over. He seems to be a lot less formal about like you not being up here than Harrigan. You're allowed to sort of go wherever you want in the ship.
Oh, very nice. Cool.
He
Yeah,
doesn't
maybe
have a
that's
whipping
even.
man either. Honestly,
Yeah.
he'll even say that his first mate and his officers are aboard the other ship. Um, well, he took this one with his mariners, but they're each skilled enough that he doesn't need many officers because they don't need to be whipped or told what to do all the time. They know it, so it sort of works that way.
That's very yeah. Tempest, is a bit impressed, or at least like this is just very refreshing compared to the Wormwood. I would say, Captain Pigsworthy, I don't want to take much of your time, but I'm not speaking on behalf of the crew or anything, just for myself. But I have a gift I'd like to give you, if that's all right. And we'll
Oh.
take out the gilded dagger. He said, "I fired one of your cannon balls. Is that what they're called? Cannon balls? It's a very
Yeah,
unfamiliar word to Tempest.
yes, I
Uh,
believe so.
yes, they seem expensive. It was a very nice gift. So I wanted to
Curses. I
reciprocate.
honestly wouldn't know. They were here when I took the ship.
Well, regardless, I'm not going to pretend that this is of equivalent monetary value, but it is one of the nicer things I own. And we'll hand over the gilded dagger. This dagger was used by a Radumi sailor who came very close to stabbing Captain Harrigan in the back and was given a brush off and left on the deck of said ship, as if Harrigan thought it was beneath him. I thought, should you ever get the opportunity to deliver the justice you seek. I was about to say vengeance and be like, wait, no. Um, that there might be a particular delight in using this weapon.
Well, I would certainly not say no to it. He'll take the gilded dagger, look at it. Fine blade, fine make. And if Harrigan would recognize it, so much the better.
He might not, depending on how much time has passed. It was but a moment, but it was the only one who got close. So there's a possibility.
I hope he died well.
Tempest doesn't say anything to that. Just sort of, steps back a little bit as if like waiting to be dismissed, or like, is done, doesn't have anything further to contribute.
Yeah, I mean, you've been introduced to the first mate, so the captain here seems to speak to you fairly much as an equal. Really, the lot of you, like officers, he treats pretty much as equals. He doesn't seem like he has a great need to elevate himself beyond you. He also speaks pretty respectfully to his crew.
Does he insist on keep calling Artemis Master Keen instead of Captain Keen?
No, he'll begin getting used to it as more people do it pointedly around
Yes.
him.
Noted.
And he will insist on you having dinner with him though when it's time to eat, eating with him in the officers' dining room.
Oh boy. Oh, not just Artemis or just Artemis?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say, oh boy.
So I heard you like leather.
Yes.
Oh,
Me
Why
too,
does this keep
seems
happening
to
to me?
like. I have long thought that I was alone on the seas.
yeah. No, the lot of you, and him. He'll say, he speaks mostly to his own sailors, and it's kind of refreshing to have a different perspective. Things every now and then.
We'll have cultural exchanges. Master Krupp will help in the kitchens. There'll be like one day when he cooks, and the other is the helper. You know what I mean? Like, so we get a little taste of the different dishes from the cruise.
Good time. He says, well, most of this is military stock, but I've worked with worse.
Excellent, Master Krupp. We look forward to it.
Yes. Yeah. It's overall for you probably easier than it is for the common sailors to fit in, and certainly Merrill will talk. It becomes clear that he isn't himself a treasure hunter, particularly. He does raid ships, mostly shipping of various goods, sells them and trades them. But beyond that, he's very active in this like political game, right? He does take down other pirates that he thinks are doing pirating wrong, in favor of the ones who are doing it right. And he seems to have judged that you are some of the ones doing it right. In fact, take 40 XP for your ability to impress Merrill Pecksworthy.
That was a
lasting impression.
It was a good roll.
Right.
Yeah.
What was that? 761 now? Nice.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's very happy with making your acquaintance. One, because it will anger Harrigan, which delights him, because Harrigan is the kind of man who has a reputation for not letting people, take him lightly. And some of the crew, your crew, might certainly think that Pecksworthy here doesn't know what he's playing at, but the cannons seem to make him cocky. Whatever ship Harrigan shows up, he's going to get a full broadside, and that's going to teach him a lesson in swimming. But
I mean, Artemis is impressed by the Strix. Like this is the type of ship he can see himself fly the seas with. Look at this thing, sleek, armed to the teeth.
One day.
Yeah.
Fast. Yes, very good.
Merrill will say that once he, one of the dinners, once I commanded a ship of the line.
Really?
Maybe it was a ship capable of, well, I mean, this one is tiny in comparison.
It's a corvette, right?
Yeah.
What's the size of what's like the biggest pirate ship that Artemis has seen? Has he seen like the Hurricane King's ship, for example?
Yeah, a galleon.
Oh wow.
They are very big. 4 to 5 masts, several decks, sort of thing. But they're impractical as pirate ships.
Yeah.
They're warships. They're slow and they're cumbersome. They require a lot of crew, which means a lot of mouths to feed and a lot of shares to pay out.
Yeah.
Pirates mostly favor smaller, faster vessels. One to hunt. Like if your ship is too slow to catch up, then people just leave you when you show up.
Exactly.
2, the more people you have and the more crew you have, the more you have to split whatever profit you make.
True.
So the whole way that profit making works as a pirate means that you don't generally want a ship that's much bigger than this one, or you just end up earning nothing and going bankrupt and being a bad captain, losing the ship and sort of debt spiraling.
This ship,
and that generally is bad. So the way that the pirate king can afford it is because he gets a lot of money from tribute paid to him by harbor fees in the harbors of the Shackles here in Stos, and then also the tribute from Sagawa. So he doesn't have to raid.
Can afford to be inefficient.
Yeah. It's also what makes Chiliax dangerous, because they don't care either. Right? They have smaller pirate hunters like this one to catch up to the pirate vessels, but they generally just do sort of a step up from whatever the pirates can afford.
Yeah, this ship is Yeah, Artemis will drink and eat and dream about commanding such a vessel. Look at this. Beautiful.
Maybe one day you'll capture one.
Yes.
Difficult and dangerous, but we caught them unawares.
Where did you find them?
Coves. He'll relay the story. You know, we're actually going to sail close by where we found them.
Interesting.
We had one of my ships draw them out, a fast one, small one. It pulled them along, sailed through a narrow gap that it was just too wide to pass. They sailed up to the gap on shore to test it out, and then we sailed in from a bluff behind which we were hidden, to cut off their escape. They couldn't easily maneuver, and we managed to board them, capturing the ship without taking more than a few shots to our own.
Have
They
you
put up a
noticed?
hot
Oh, daring raid indeed.
Have you noticed increased chillaxian activity as of late in the Shackles?
It's over the last several years, yes, certainly. They're getting bolder, their ship designs are getting more aggressive. I think the more we humiliate them, or it just decreased when Captain Aronnax arrived. And they've been building up since.
Do I know that name, Captain Aronnax?
That's like
Do
Pirate
we
Lord
know
check.
that name?
Or Shackles lore. Big enough deal to be Shackles lore. We have that.
I can roll that as well, considering that roll is. Yeah, okay. I
Praxo
do
hasn't
not.
heard the name, no.
Oh.
Artemis has heard the name of Captain Aronnax. He's the Pirate Lord of Hell Harbor.
Hmm.
The pirate city of devils,
Hmm.
who arrived here several years ago with a squadron of Chilaxian naval ships, took over the harbor, and has sort of stayed there ever since. Doesn't usually go to any pirate council meetings. But he says he's a free captain, and no one's really told him no. So, yeah. It doesn't seem like Pecksworthy is a fan.
Makes sense.
Well, when he arrived, many of those ships, they stayed at port, so hasn't moved from then on. But yes, there has been increasing activity and daring. It's like they've been probing our coasts, looking for passages, mapping the isles.
Concerning.
Shrugs. They're always going to be trying something, but he sort of ponders for a moment as well. Now that we're on the topic, though, it's sort of one of the reasons I think we need a change in leadership.
How so?
After all, well, it's the Hurricane's King's job. The whole reason we have one is because when the Chili Armada amasses and sails upon the Shackles, at least in the past, the Hurricane King has commanded all of us to unite as an armada and sail to meet them. I'm not so sure that the Bonefist would do so. At least he wouldn't go himself.
Right.
Yes, it would, though. Perhaps even alone, and perhaps winning somehow.
When was the last time the Shelaxian Armada sailed into the Shackles like that?
Oh, many years ago. Because I think they've honestly given up on it. It has never gone well for them.
And we want to make sure it stays that way.
It's...
Yes. Yes, interesting. Yeah, Artemis will not really commit to commenting anything about Tressa.
Yeah, Tessa
Fairwind. Yeah, Tessa Fairwind. But he will politely listen. he certainly knows her reputation, and between her and the Hurricane King, well, she seems nicer, but sometimes, you know, you don't need nice sometimes to win against the Shilaxian Armada. You might need someone like the Hurricane King for it, and he simply doesn't know enough to be ready to pledge in any one direction at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, Captain Pecksworth doesn't ask for you to pledge anything. He seems pretty open about his opinions to you, probably more so than he would normally be. He's not very guarded at all.
And a good
It seems
impression.
whatever impression you've made, it's that you are, you know, the kind of people he can count on.
I mean,
If nothing else,
I feel positively towards him as well.
Yeah,
he
he's growing on me
seems
for
to
sure.
have decided in his mind that you don't know yet, but once you do know, you will agree with him.
He might be right.
So, you know.
I mean, Gabby is already agreeing with him, like nodding to his saying, like,
That's
yes.
because
I
he
mean,
lets you shoot the cannon, isn't it?
well, no, it's also because he's like, he's not even gonna show up for the
Everyone has a
fight.
problem.
Like Gabby is like, what? Like, I'm a pussy, you know? Like,
Wow. Gabby.
fucking
Damn.
Where did you learn that word, Gavin?
show up for the fight.
Goblin school?
You just-
You come out. No.
Finally speaking like a true pirate.
Yeah, there we go.
Well,
You
well,
know,
well.
like, come on, man. Like, he's gonna sit in his big fucking bastion while the rest of the people fight? No. I don't like that.
The journey across the southern Shackles is one that's reasonably long, but this ship is faster than the Wormwood was. It also isn't stacked down constantly. It does have an ideal-sized crew, especially now with you here, and they know what they're doing. It is a nicer journey with less work that seems to achieve more.
Not full of water.
Making you
know?
sort of realize how
Yeah.
slow the Wormwood had become towards the end. Sailing past several nice islands
Don't
and the
need
like,
to be on constant bilge duty?
you will even have shown by Meryl where you pass Little Opara in the distance. He will say that it's not a bad place to visit if you like the opera. He doesn't, but you know, some people do. They there have pretty much everything that you would expect from a Talden city. And old Krupp certainly looks there forlornly, thinking of the spices and the supplies that you could get from such a place. Sailing along the coast of Mutaka Island, the southern coast, you will see a vast amount of salt swamp, sometimes with glowing lights of will-o-wisp dancing within. Pexworthy will tell you that it is not a place he would ever go, and that allegedly some of the gases that come from the depths of Mutaka Island are strange and unusual, that inhaling them can have strange effects and drive people mad, and that it has generally done so to the many creatures that live here. The northern part is much better, he'll say, except for the strange black metal obelisks that litter the jungle, and apparently, well, if you dig down, they just keep going. Still, it's his favorite island in the Shackles.
Yeah, except the mad swamp gas and the eldritch obelisks.
Yeah, except for that.
Yeah, all right. Fair enough.
Yeah. He will warn you about the island close by to Motaku Island.
This one?
Sorry, yes, this one.
Yes.
So if you're not an elf, you should not go.
Okay.
They are violently opposed to diversity there.
All right. Fair enough.
Island is known as Bismara's throne,
Oh.
but it's not a place you want to be.
What? How can they? What? Gabby.
Well, I mean, there's places there you want to.
She's the Shark Queen. Why would she like the elves?
Because they can't say no to her.
It's
I don't
It's
know,
not
if
the
I wanted to-
Besmarans that's the problem. It's the Calistrians.
Ah,
Elves have
Yes,
long
that's-
memories, and something has happened in the past. That well, it sort of made them upset.
those non-elves took their jobs. I see. Yes.
Well,
So
Well,
the
that's
further
not
north towards these islands here, they have some name in Elvish, I'll say. It points on the map, but those are generally off limits. They say that there's wondrous structures there, ancient things, obelisks with runic script you can't read anywhere else, but, well, you will also get killed if you visit. If you go to Bismarck's throne, the city of Queen Bess is where you should go. That's generally
Queen Bess.
good as long as you haven't done anything to upset the Bismarcks. They rule there with, well, a seal that is a bit greater than perhaps I would appreciate myself. It's a place of pilgrimage. People go there. They suffer there. They leave votive offerings there. But beyond that, it's also where, it's where the Holy Fleet resides.
Oh.
Not many ships at one time, but they say if you truly begin breaking the rules of Besmara, you might send them a sign of where to find you, and they will. And they will bring you there, and they will hang you.
God, that is so cool. Oh my
Places.
god.
So Motako Island is far to be preferred.
Don't worry, Gabby. We'll visit one day.
Yeah, I want to do a pilgrimage.
Yeah. We'll do a pilgrimage.
As the ship sort of rounding
At least one.
the edge here, though, one of the days someone will call, Flotsam, ahoy! As they see what appears to be a sort of a half-sunk fishing vessel. Lolling in the waves. Captain Pexworthy commands that it should be, should salvage it. It appears that there's a person on board. Single person, splattered with blood.
Oh.
As the ship sort of is moved to the side and people move to pull up the injured party, he'll ask you if any of you have any medical expertise. His own doctor isn't on this ship at the moment.
We do.
Grass will step forward.
Another reason to not be, fighting with it, but just use the cannons, because that doesn't injure any of his people.
Yes.
The person they pull up is rather small and frail looking. Appears to be sort of a human child, like a tween, perhaps. Unconscious, and clearly in a bad state.
Yes. Before any type of medical examination, Grask will heal this poor soul before anything gets any worse.
The poor soul doesn't have that many hit points, so.
Yes.
The wounds are mended, and although it still seems like the boy is dehydrated, and severely sunburnt, and well, you could do a medical check if you want to.
Yes, I would.
Get into what happened to him. Looking at the body, you see a sort of, well, at this point healed, really. But
Yes.
on the side of the thigh, there appears to be a large bite Seems like perhaps a shark bite has gotten this. This skid doesn't seem actually be that deep though, but clearly been thrashed and lost blood. Passed out from the amount of dehydration. The boat does seem to be splashed. Probably the kid was not sailing alone, so whoever he was sailing with probably didn't make it. But
Grass
Remarkable
will
spar.
narrate as he observes here to presumably the captain and whoever is around.
yeah,
Will be around.
But we'll ask for some water, but not too obviously. Be careful when feeding him, not to have any ill effect by feeding too much. Who knows how long they have been without nourishment.
Gabby sort of frowns as she looks at the fisher or person in the boat.
yeah, fishing boy.
Sort of sniffs. Looks to the wound.
You're not gonna.
What? What? No, I didn't
how
do
do I
anything. You can't prove
good.
anything.
That answer worries me, but
Hey,
it's,
Traxu, what's that on your beak?
what?
That's right.
Jeez.
I just was thinking. It's just a dream. No, it's probably nothing. It just reminded me of something. It just.
Reminded me of something too. To be stuck at sea in a wreck, alive but fading, it's a terrible fate. One that is all too familiar.
Yeah.
We should help him. He is in pretty good hands, though, I think. That is good. Not everyone is so lucky.
Exworthy looks to Grask.
Yeah.
He will be fine with some rest, and he is, well, yours to question, I suppose, as to why on earth he was here.
Well, seems to be a shark attack then.
Yes.
Could have tried to haul one up, get bitten, rushed to the water. Some people try to catch them for meat if they're desperate. Coast here does have fishing villages.
There's nothing like identifiable on this person, is there, Malachi?
No, like he doesn't have any ID or anything. He just has his like clothes that's get gotten torn up pretty badly by the whole situation. We'll probably find him in fresh jacket or something. Make sure he gets some food in him.
That's good. We need like a cabin boy in the ship later. So
yeah,
perfect.
he sort of I'll take him as far as Lily White. Perhaps there they know where he's from. He knows where he's from locally, or if worst case, Keaton's followers do accept orphans. So take him.
Maybe he's a sign of Basmara, you know. He's a shark marked and survived on top of sinking flotsam. Then I mean that could be portentous potentially.
I think so. Definitely.
Does this ship look like the destruction makes sense if it was caused by a shark?
Yeah, it would.
All right.
It's sort of half felled over, so it's sort of like if you try to haul that great white onto the fishing boat, you know.
That's very ambitious.
That seems like a
capsizes and ate like a guy and like bit this kid. Though the bite is a lot smaller than that, so maybe not. It's like a tiger shark or something. But once he begins to wake up, though, both the captain and whoever of you might be taking care of him, because certainly the captain isn't. I think Grask at least.
I'll stick by to monitor him.
Rexus stays close too. He can't really assist, but he can be present.
Gabby
I
is
think-
nearby watching.
Tempest will be close as well. I feel like Grass gets a better, like, immediate, like, we need healing now. But when you need, like, long, if there's any additional wounds or whatever, then,
Yeah.
like, save your magic and use the Ocean's Bomb.
Yep.
When the boy awakes, it's with a startling sort of shock and a shake, like as if he's not sure where he is. Which probably prompts one of the Marines to like move and like grab him to hold him still, which just makes him thrash more until he sort of steps back, frowning. Not really sure how to handle this. They're more used to like adults having injuries. They don't act so erratically. But he sort of looks up, confused and panicked. Okay, where am I? What happened?
Calm now. You were taken from the water, and I have tended your wounds as best I can. I presume you were attacked by a shark.
He sort of sinks back down. Yes, we were. He sort of looks around the room.
Just starts shaking head slowly.
Was my father?
You were the only one found.
He sort of closes his mouth and gets quiet. I see. And the boat? Did we sink it?
It is not a ship anymore, I'm afraid. Or the boat, I should say.
He nods, looking up all these scary people surrounding him. What are you going to do to me?
Well, I was going to ask you a few questions on what you were doing out there, but other than that, you are hearty and healthy so far. I see no reason why I should ask or do anything else.
He has done a good recovery, all things considered. So nods. We were fishing.
Or?
Fish,
Fish.
presumably.
We had nets out. Father and I, we usually sail out early to take them in, haul them up. I help. But then something rocked the boat, and I looked over and tried to see what it was. Something was swimming under it, and then Father fell in the water. It flipped and tipped, and I fell to the side, and something pulled me under, and I had to swim and thrash to get back up. And I don't really know what happened. Just that it got me, bit me.
Well, perhaps Besmar's luck is upon you, because you did indeed survive.
What do I do now?
Live.
If tell the captain where you're from, perhaps we can take you there if it's on our way. Do you
Small
have-
village. It's just north of Lillywhite. I don't think it has a name. Just a couple of houses. We fish. And
that's
then we
very.
trade.
What's his
That's
name?
Eddie.
Eddie.
Yes.
Well, Eddie. Once you read port, it's up to you to decide. As far as I see it, you can go home to your fishing village and keep plying your trade, and best of luck to you. Or if you have nowhere else to go, well, just so happens that I'm putting together a bit of a crew for an endeavor. Wish to test that Besmara given luck to sail the high seas, become something real and exciting instead of a fisher. Well, now is your chance. Winning smile.
Well, I have to
Gabby
see
is sitting behind, like, what?
what happened to the others. Said looks down his eye. I'm sorry, sir. I don't think I'm blessed. If anything, I think I'm cursed. Which, makes a couple of the mariners look at each other.
The cursing
see,
again.
2 weeks ago, my uncle disappeared with his ship. We just found the smashed boat. Maybe a storm got him, but we didn't see one.
Hmm.
And now my father and me, and I barely made it. I mean, maybe it
Well,
only takes
Indy,
one of us at a time.
you're very fortunate that we are heading towards Lily White currently, and we'll be there for some time. So you can go and check in on your home, and if you decide to take up the offer, you should have some time to change your mind. But for now, perhaps it's best you just rest and try to get your strength back. We've been through a lot today.
He nods and leans back and closes his eyes. He is tired. He probably took the energy he had to speak, right? And then he goes back to rest. The offer is a lot for him right now. He doesn't really know where he's in the world, but later he'd probably appreciate being offered it.
Get some rum in him first before we offer to make him a pirate.
Yeah, you have a good scoop or two of rum, and then we...
And then we'll make him kill his first man.
That's right. Put some hair on his chest.
Or lady.
Yeah, or lady. Could be a woman. He could kill a woman,
Of course.
Or
That
kid.
was
It's true. Equal
easier to take down.
opportunity. My first kill was a woman, so
Just a quick question, Malachi. Is that bite mark still there?
I mean, it's scarred.
Yeah.
As you healed it, like it closes and everything. There's nothing there. It's just, it got bitten. But I think healing magic. I don't know if it doesn't scar. I think with pirates at least it does scar.
Would hope
Because Mara
so.
doesn't remove your scars. She just makes you
No,
not die.
certainly. I was just wanted to make sure that it isn't something indicative of something I should probably be aware of. We do have a were shark with us, so shark bites are certainly a. Well, we actually don't quite know yet what it was, but if it looks like a shark bite, then yeah.
Yeah, as much as Praxo hates the constant references to superstition and curses, we do have a wereshark with us right this second.
Which is a blessing.
It is a blessing, and it's categorically classified as a curse, but that's irrelevant here. It's worth maybe having a ponder
Praxu of all people.
whether he has heard of like a story or a myth of like some sea creatures, taking people, biting them, and then letting them go again. Like is there like a story of, I don't know, mermaid sharks, or I don't know what I'm looking for here.
Oh,
Terrible creatures.
Yeah, sure. Give me like an ocean's lore. If you want.
Yeah, is there a curse that is applicable to what the boy is thinking here?
Generally, things that bite you want to hurt you, to kill you and such if they can. If anything, I mean, if a wereshark wanted to spread its curse, biting someone and letting them go certainly would be a way to do it. Though you could also drag them down with you and just have them forcefully transformed under sea or something. I mean, I don't think Praxo knows that much about curses.
No.
Weresharkdom, that's a different lore, I feel like. But
yeah.
For something like this, it could be any creature that grabbles with its mouth. If the dad was grabbed, it couldn't very well carry the boy off as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Creature saw a bigger, meatier target, switch to that instead, and let the boy go.
That said, I mean, if it is weresharkdom, you'll know in a few weeks, right?
Yeah. Well, it's
Right.
not going to be our problem if the boy stays at home and we leave.
This village is going to be a population of 1 very soon.
I
Well, if it
mean,
doesn't turn them.
I mean, Gabby certainly. I mean, does she elaborate on her memories?
Not if not asked. No, she does not.
maybe a few steps away out of hearing range of the boy, Praxo will address the rest of the audience here and say, I have a feeling that this boy's experiences will be experienced by many other boys of various age ranges over the coming weeks, months. I have a strong suspicion that an attack like that, well, sharks don't generally bump boats until something falls out of it. I mean, not many of them, I would assume. This might be yet another event of ocean creatures being encouraged to enact violence upon land dwellers.
The call. Yeah.
I have a feeling it wasn't a shark either. Well, maybe.
The bite is a shark, surely?
It is a shark-like mouth, which applies to quite a number of creatures.
I mean, there are also many sharks.
True, true.
So
I
many.
just have a suspicion that the call that Tempest has experienced, that the Naga has mentioned, primarily applies to sentient sea monsters, or at least, well, things classified as sea monsters, which I suppose some sharks would be.
The 2 out of 2 that we know are of sentient creatures, but yeah, it's possible. Don't think we can rule out though that this was more broadly applicable. I suspect you're right though. Something's
That said, I don't
moving.
know if, even if we wanted to, we could do anything about that on either a local or a ground scale.
Malachi, did Tempest feel any lingering effects after that pulse went out, or was it just the one time and then just, however they feel about it personally?
Yeah, there was a bit. Though he probably believes it would be stronger if he indulged.
Yeah.
It was less of a compulsion. Like, it didn't force him to do something. It was more like a,
No.
hey, by the way, we have a sale on this thing.
Hmm.
So if you're into doing, horrible murder, now's a really good time.
Now's a really good time to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
I'll explain that. And be like, so, anything that was on the fence or maybe lazy has just gotten some extra motivation to go the extra mile.
yeah, the
Go the
sea has
extra
become really
nautical
hungry
mile.
for blood, and
Yeah.
Well,
Makes me worried though. If it wasn't the Kraken that did it, then
keep an eye on them for sure. Yeah, something is up. Something is up, and no 2 ways about it. Don't know yet.
yeah, he'll be kept observed, and over the next few days, he will actually wake enough up to walk around and just look at things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he at some point someone will grab him and tell him to stop saying that he's cursed, because someone might throw him overboard if he keeps doing it.
He shouldn't say that.
Among sailors, it's just a bad idea to be cursed.
He'll get like a stern talking to, but that shit. No.
Yeah, it's
fine.
also
We all-
just wrong.
We all get bitten by a shark once in our lives.
At least.
At least.
Let me tell you a story when we fought a great white shark.
Well,
We got completely trashed. We had to flee. Yeah.
He doesn't seem to be following this ship.
No. I always miss him. Where is he? Old Whitey.
Yeah,
Gonna lure him out.
Yeah.
the blood going.
White shark.
I am
On
gonna
that note, though, we have
head
a
off
whole.
to work
Oh,
though,
sorry.
so I will
Yes.
skedaddle. But thanks for session, and I'll
Yeah,
talk to you folks later.
that's fair. We'll stop
Yeah,
here,
take
and
care,
then
okay.
Have a
next
good
time
one,
Bye-bye.
we'll do the
Thank you.
arrival into the
Bye.
white.
Oh my
So-
goodness.
Very exciting.
Goodness. Yeah.
Arrival at the rum festival. Yes.
Rum festival. You love rum.
Everyone loves rum.
It's a pirate thing to like rum.
Who
You
doesn't
gotta
like
pick up some good rum, Have rum supplies.
And maybe find
Rum
a ship or
festival.
something. Gosh, we're in trouble. I feel like we don't have a lot of good options.
Maybe we can strap together a bunch of empty rum barrels and call it a ship.
Yeah.
Yes!
Build a raft.
A flotilla, yeah.
A flo- yeah.
I mean, if you cut a barrel over, it's basically a boat.
None of your goblin engineering, please. This is about, right?
You just need to
Do
find
lore
a
skill,
big enough
goblin engineering.
barrel. You know?
Need to take that bardic lore skill, so I have lore everything.
'Cause I don't have lore goblin. I don't know anything about goblin lore.
Oh, you are goblin lore.
I was gonna say I am a goblin from a small town.
Yeah.
I know exactly something about my goblin family, which
Yeah.
is extensive, though brief-lived. And that's really it.
Numerous and violent.
Yeah. It's like whenever people talk about family ties, it's like, blah. Who gives a shit? There's so many of us. Who even
And they
knows?
die so quickly. Like
Who even knows? Is like, is that your sibling? I don't know. Maybe, probably.
not gonna be shocked when Gabby
I had
returns.
30 of them.
An incredible
you know?
pirate queen herself.
If some of them are still alive,
Yeah.
Boots with
She
spurs.
is a very
for some
old
reason.
goblin.
Yeah.
For 8
That's
years,
obvious.
So
Mighty 8 years of experience.
yeah, that's
You know,
right.
the
She's been
seaweed
she's
lushy
been an
wear
adult for
spurs so
5
that they
years
can,
without dying.
they're shark mounts,
Ride the waves.
Yeah, ride a worm, but ride a shark.
Yeah.
It's like a dream. In
Yeah.
Gabby's dream, she is both the shark and the rider.
Wow.
Just like,
Amazing. Poetry.
yeah. No.
Also, I love this little telescope here on the on the crow's nest. It's so cute.
Yes. There's a tiny little telescope.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Paper notes. It's a nice ship.
yeah.
Ship. Oh,
It is a very nice ship. My one
Only.
critique is that this dagger is on the table and not in the table, but
yeah.
we'll take it.
Could have been
Well,
stairs too.
if it was
Yeah.
it was vertical, it would be very hard to see what it was.
It's true. Yeah, you'd have to get out like a nice little
Yeah.
45, probably draw a shadow in there. It's a lot of work.
Well, with that then, I shall stop the stream. Thanks, people, for watching. We'll catch you not next week.
No,
Maybe next week?
Maybe next week.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe next week. We shall see how it develops.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I can play next week.
Cool. I will definitely not be here the week after that, but we can play next
If
week. That'd be great.
if Sheep does not end up in Florence again or whatever.
Yeah, that is always a risk.
I was also thinking that. I was like, from what I've heard, you don't have great air
Yeah,
traffic.
It's like 50-50.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I mean, it's like, oh, I'll have a couple hours, and I was like, well, yes, is that going to be enough though?
I suppose it is literally so statistically 50-50,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, tune in to find out whether
Tune in to
Sheep made
find
it home.
And tomorrow, me and Manakay will play some more Factoria, so tune in for that. See you then.
Bye.
See you.